investments. Now, here's Christian Arcan.
Good evening, Red Sox fans, and welcome into the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. And after an earth-shattering trade that sent Rafael Devers out to the Bay Area, the Red Sox headed west themselves to kick off a 9-game road trip. And despite the shock of the trade, the team continued doing the little things that have propelled them through this now 6-game win streak, the longest of the season so far for a team that hadn't managed to win 3 straight since late April. And with a shot at the wild card on the line, the Red Sox sent Lucas Giolito to the hill at T-Mobile Park, going up against the extremely herky-jerky Logan Gilbert for the M's, fresh off an IL stint. And Giolito picked up right where he left off in his last start, which was a dominant 6 innings of scoreless ball against the Rays. Last night, he was even better. But first things first, with Devers out of the lineup, your top 3 last night was Jarren Duran leading off, Abraham Toro in the 2 spot, and rookie Roman Anthony batting third. And with 2 outs and nobody on in the first inning, Anthony got a pitch he liked.
Gilbert throws, and Roman drives one high and deep into right field. It is at the warning track, at the wall, gone! Roman Anthony hits his first Major League homer, just like Devers in Seattle, and it is 1-0 Red Sox.
The first career home run off the bat of Roman Anthony is the play of last night's game. It's brought to you by Nissan. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan postgame show. Nissan is here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinder. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. First career home run for the top prospect in baseball in just his 7th career game in the majors. Anthony's home run was just his 2nd hit since being called up, but it was a big one for the 21-year-old who becomes the youngest player to homer for the Red Sox since about Rafael Devers back in the 2017 ALDS. Sox, we get another run in the 3rd after a Jarren Duran triple. Abraham Toro singled him home to make it 2-0. Then in the bottom of the 3rd, Giolito got into some trouble, allowing 3 straight triples to lead, 3 straight triples. How about 3 straight singles? A trio of singles to lead off the inning. The big righty found himself in a bases-loaded, no-out situation and proceeded to face the top of the order of Seattle, J.P. Crawford and Julio Rodriguez, and those at-bats went like this.
1-2. They lead at every base. The pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball, top of the zone. Huge first out for Giolito. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Change-up, and Rodriguez is gone. After the bases were loaded with nobody out, consecutive strikeouts, and they're 2 down.
Oh, fantastic job by Giolito here. At the top of this order.
J.P. Crawford and Julio Rodriguez both fanned by Giolito with the bases loaded, and that brought up the big dumper himself, Cal Raleigh, who just so happens to be tied with Aaron Judge for the Major League lead in home runs, and, well, that didn't bother Giolito at all.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss and a curveball in the dirt. And Giolito, after loading the bases, strikes out the side. We go to the 4th inning. Hello, Gio.
And that was that. Giolito would not allow another base runner through 3 more innings. He got the hook after 6. His final line, a dominant 6 scoreless innings, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Justin Wilson, Greg Weissert, and Aroldis Chapman would take the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings in that order. Chapman struck out the side in the 9th as he earns his 13th save of the year. Another win for the Red Sox. That pushes their streak to a current MLB best 6 in a row. And at 2 games over 500, 38 wins and 36 losses. How about this? The Boston Red Sox currently in sole possession of the final American League wildcard spot, at least for today, owning a half-game lead over the Mariners and also the Minnesota Twins. This is the first time Boston has been in the wild card spot since May 11th. They currently sit 1.5 games back of Toronto and 3 games back of Tampa. And with an extra innings Yankee loss last night in Anaheim, or to Anaheim, they picked up a game in the AL East standings as well, where they currently are just 5.5 games back in 4th place. The Red Sox will look to keep the pressure on and potentially add to their wild card lead in Game 2 of this 3-game set tonight in Seattle, which brings us to tonight's pitching matchup, which is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. For the Red Sox, Walker Buehler getting the start. He's 5-4 with a 5.01 ERA and 11 starts this season. His last start was excellent. 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts, part of a 4-3 win over the Rays, part of this great stretch that the Red Sox have been on, which has been largely starting pitching propelled. He has had trouble with the long ball, 6 home runs given up in his last 4 starts. The win against Tampa Bay was his first win since April. The Red Sox won all of his starts in April. He didn't face Seattle in the April series at Fenway, and this will be his first time facing them this year. For the Mariners, Brian Wu gets the start. He comes into this one having made 13 starts with a 5-4 record and a 3.39 ERA. He's having a bit of a tough June. Losses to Baltimore and Arizona. He gave up 9 runs on 11 hits in 12 innings combined in those 2 games, which pumped his ERA up from 2.82 to 3.39. He was great in April against the Sox, however, prevented a sweep, 6 strong innings, and outdueled Garrett Crochet. First pitch tonight is at 9:40, and first pitch is brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. It's time for tonight's starting lineups, which is brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. Leading off for the Red Sox in left field tonight is Jarren Duran. He'll be followed by Abraham Toro. Just like last night, Toro at first base. Roman Anthony, who hit his first career home run last night, will bat third and play right field. Carlos Narvaez is your cleanup hitter and your catcher. And batting fifth is Marcelo Meyer at third base, followed by Trevor Story at shortstop. David Hamilton will bat seventh and play second base. And then a little bit of a switch from last night. Rob Refsnyder will DH and bat eighth. Ceddanne Rafaela is your number 9 hitter and center fielder behind the starter, Walker Buehler. No Christian Campbell in the lineup tonight against Wu. For the Mariners, J.P. Crawford, same lineup as yesterday. J.P. Crawford leading off at short, followed by Julio Rodriguez in center. The big dumper, Cal Raleigh at catcher. Your cleanup hitter is Jorge Polanco, who's DHing, followed by Randy Arozarena in left field. Rowdy Tellez at first base, which, by the way, does he look bigger to you? Does Rowdy Tellez, like, every single time I see him, it looks like he grew like 3 inches and put on another 30 pounds. Every single time I see the guy, he looks bigger. Anyway, bigger than ever these days. Rowdy Tellez at first base, followed by Dominic Canzone in right field. Ben Williamson at third, batting eighth, and Cole Young will bat ninth and play second base behind the starter, Brian Yu. Want to remind everybody that you can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru of New England. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll hear from Alex Cora, who sat down with the guys at WEEI Afternoons today. Not Andy Hart, though. It was Fitzy, it was Dan Ball, and it was Ted Johnson. And that's brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. But coming up next, we'll head out to T-Mobile Park and talk with our buddy Lou Maloney, who was out on the ocean today in Puget Sound catching all sorts of fish and has much bigger hands than I thought he did. That's Lou Maloney joining us next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Epic views, waterfall mists, summit sunsets. It's all better outside. And with All Trails, you can discover the best of nature with over 450,000 trails around the world. Download the free app today and find your next adventure.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome back. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual about today. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. It's the Red Sox and the Mariners. Walker Buehler and Brian Wu, your starting pitchers, as the Red Sox look to continue their win streak and push it to 7 games. And for more on that, let's head out to T-Mobile Park in Seattle and talk to our good friend Lou Maloney, who was out there catching the salmon out in Puget Sound today. Lou, I didn't know you were a fisherman, but clearly you know what you're doing out there on that boat, huh?
Christian, I know nothing about boating or fishing. I go with people that know about boating and fishing. And we caught 4 or 5 coho salmon. Had a blast. I didn't see any orcas, though.
Oh, that's
I got
too
to
bad.
the point where I wanted to see one. I know I was a little afraid of them earlier.
Well, I hear that when you see the orca, it's already too late, so maybe it's better that you didn't. So wait, do you throw them back, or do you have like a fish fry tonight, or what happened?
No. The guys we went out with, they're keeping them. They're going to smoke them and hopefully bring them to the game here tonight. We might as well try it. We'll see what happens.
That's awesome.
It
All
was
right.
fantastic.
That sounds like a good time. And listen, it's been good times here with the Red Sox, despite this big trade, Lou.
Yep.
This team's still continuing to win, and the way they're doing it, I think, is worth taking a closer look at here, because while everyone's upset about Rafael Devers not being in the lineup, it's not like he powered this team to this win streak that they're on. You know, in May, he was holding up the offense all by himself. Lately, though, the way they've been winning, they're getting just enough offense, and it's really been all about the starting pitching.
It's been all starting pitching. Yeah, right now under 1. I mean, you're talking about over 40 innings. 40 innings and 4 earned runs during the stretch, the starters. You know, and we were talking about it before. I mean, they've scored 17 runs during this 6-game winning streak. Less than 3 a game. Remember, it was like before this stretch, they were averaging almost 8 runs a game, and they were like 3 and 4. You know, so it's been pitching. You know, it's been an amazing run. The good news for me is that, like, they're getting this in the last week, 10 days, whatever it is, and they're not wasting it, right? I mean, they're doing just enough to kind of hold on and get the wins, and the bullpen's been good behind it. So it's important to get wins when your rotation's doing what it's doing.
What are they doing differently?
I think they're attacking with fastballs a lot more, if you ask me. I mean, Giolito's tangible. I know he said after that Anaheim start, which he got crushed, he went out in the bullpen. They fixed some things mechanically to get him back to downward plane, late life on the fastball. It's gone from 92, 93 to 94 to 96. So he's got that back. He's confident with it. Same thing with Buehler's last time out. It was fastball, sinker, probably, I think, more than any start of the year. And they're just sort of attacking with it. And I think it's been fantastic.
Now, I have talked to you, I talked to Bradford, I talked to Sean McAdam, that I talked to all you guys, but I tried to get all 3 of you, and I was leading the witness in all 3 cases, but I tried to get all 3 of you to say that Rafael Devers leaving could have a negative effect on the clubhouse, and none of you were willing to say that. And after hearing the reactions from some of his teammates, I kind of get it now. Like, I didn't realize sort of how maybe tired of the Devers experience some of these guys may have been, or how some of them maybe never got over the fact that Devers didn't want to move positions.
Yeah, and I know everybody kind of always like, oh, why don't we ever hear about this stuff when these people are here? Right? Well, I mean, if you've been in the clubhouse, you know why. I mean, what are you going to do? You know, what's the manager going to say something? The players are going to say something publicly? Like, it's just, it's not going to happen. So you just sort of shrug, you say the right things PR-wise, and you deal with it internally. So, yeah, I think internally, you know, I don't think they were happy. I'll tell you what, if I was a teammate of his and I got a first baseman blowing out his knee and a third baseman blowing out his quad, and he's over here saying, I'll do whatever you want, and taking ground balls at first and probably going to be there over the weekend, all of a sudden it just takes 2 or 3 days, like I said, like a lot of people said, and they kept hiding behind, no, it takes 2 or 3 weeks. I wouldn't be happy. You know, I wouldn't be happy that he's going to do everything, whatever the team wants in San Fran, but not here. I mean, I understand it's personal. I understand the Red Sox made their bed in this, you know, earlier on, I think in spring training and in the offseason, but at some point it should have been straightened out, and he should have just been like, yeah, I know, Costas is blown out. Let me go to first and try it. At least try it.
What lessons, and you said that the Red Sox made their bed, and I agree with you, but what lessons do you think specifically Craig Breslow and Alex Cora, main lessons are they going to take away from this whole thing?
I think they should have communicated with Devers more. I don't think they should have continued to say, you know, the media is just making this up. We have no interest in Bregman. You know, don't believe anything you hear. Now, part of me, when it happened, I said, you know, it was like, there was a chance they weren't going to get Bregman, right? I mean, it was kind of like last minute. So why should I piss him off if we're not going to get the guy, right? But I think there should have been a little preparation. Listen, we are interested. We don't know if we're going to get him. We like you at third. We think you could play first. If not, you can DH. Just more of I think, communication. And I think Craig said the other day that I think hopefully he learns from that in the future and goes with that.
What do you make of David Ortiz's comments about how he'd been trying to give Devers advice and Devers wasn't responding to him? Is that something that happens a lot with, guys who are around the team still? You're a former player around the team. I mean, we heard about Jim Rice and people asking him for advice earlier this year, things like that. Is that as common as it appears to be? And how often do the players seem to seek out that type of counsel?
Well, I think, when it comes to David Ortiz or it comes to Pedro Martinez with a guy like Brian Bayo, I think there's some guys, Latin guys from their country they want to take care of. Maybe they see him in the offseason, those sort of things. They're playing in an organization they care about. I think they want to help. You know what I mean? And if they have a chance to help the guy, for this organization, I think they want to. But you have to be willing to, you got to want the help, right? You got to be willing to take part in that help. So I thought it was some interesting comments from David.
Yeah, I agree with that. Alex Bregman, we heard from Alex Cora today, and we'll hear this upcoming on WEEI Afternoons. I've been finding myself getting frustrated with the Alex Bregman rehab timeline because they won't actually give one. They just keep saying how it's so much better than the last time he had the same injury and it's really going so great. Finally today, we got sort of a window, as Cora said. It wasn't going to be 2 months, but it also wasn't going to, maybe 1 month or 3 weeks, something along those lines. So it sounds like we're talking about between 1 and 2 months here. That's a long time to be without your best right-handed bat in this lineup, especially with the trade deadline looming. How do they navigate this, or do they just status quo, keep going how they're going?
Yeah, the only way you can do it is just keep going, knowing you have him back. I think the original diagnosis was 10 to 12 weeks, which was devastating, right, which is kind of the first week of August area. I don't think it's going to be the first week of August. I think it's going to be sooner than that. So, and there's a reason why they don't want timelines. If they come out and say he's going to be ready right after the All-Star break and he's not, was there a setback? What's wrong? What happened? It's like there's just really no reason to, because then you make the athlete feel like he disappointed everybody because he didn't meet a deadline. They have an idea of when he'll be back. I just don't know if they're going to ever talk about it publicly.
There's been a bit of a sense, and I think some reporting from June Lee has added to this as well, that Alex Cora is maybe reacting in certain ways about having the young players on the team, benching them against lefties, having Roman Anthony go out there and do outfield drills in front of the media, things like that, to sort of maybe point out that the front office and the coaches have a different idea of what the philosophy for this team this year is. Would you agree with that characterization?
Well, I thought it was interesting, the timing of Roman getting work in the outfield. You get working with Kyle Hudson, it was 3:15. Could have been done at 1 o'clock. As far as how we treat the rookies, Craig just gave them to him. You know what I mean? Quite frankly, I think he may have wanted them up a little bit sooner. I know everybody felt like didn't get here quick enough, and it's like, so I don't know. You waited 3 months and you put them up here, and it's like they need to do this, they need to do that. It's like, well, get them up here sooner then, if you really want me to. But I just think Alex is trying to win every ball game, and I think it's ridiculous to think that the best lineup does not include Romy or Ref or even Toro at this point. So you have to find a way to get them in there against lefties. These guys are playing every day against righties. You just so happen to play the Yankees, who have 3 starters, left-handed starters in their rotation. You got no lefties here. They're going to play every day. And for the most part, if you're a right-handed hitter, you play 75% of the game. So it's fine.
Yeah, certainly appears that way. Walker Buehler going tonight. Had a very, very strong start prior to that. He's been a part of this starting pitching renaissance. What have you seen from him specifically that has accounted for this bounce back? Or is it the same thing, more fastballs?
Well, yeah, I think it's a little bit more fastballs. But I think that was his third or fourth start coming off the IL.
Yeah. And
then the first one lasted 2 1/3 because he got tossed. So he never had a rehab. He missed 3.5 weeks. So I think, it took him a couple of starts to kind of get his feet underneath him again. And then we saw it last outing. So hopefully he can continue with that. Fastball location with everything. When he first came back, he was missing badly with some stuff, and I thought he was a lot better last game.
All right, that is the voice of Lou Maloney. You'll hear him with Will Fleming on the call tonight as the Red Sox look to make it 7 straight here in Seattle. Lou, nice job out on the boat today, and we look forward to the call again.
Thanks, Christian. Appreciate it, buddy.
Very good. Lou Maloney checking in here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. And before we move on, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm a WEEI Studios. 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Coming up next, the guys from WEEI Afternoon sat down with Alex Cora today, presented by your New England Ford dealers. That's coming your way in just a moment. I'm Christian Arcan. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Alex Cora after this.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Sometimes, when life brings you change, you also have to change your health coverage. Like when you're having a baby, or getting married, or turning 26 and aging off your parents' plan, or even when you're no longer covered by insurance you had through your job. At HealthSource RI, we can help you change coverage to keep up with these life changes and others. Learn about all the life events and changes that may qualify you for health coverage at healthsourceri.com.
I don't know if you've heard, but iExcel is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. My mom calls it healthy screen time. I call it fun. Although, I guess I'm learning too. While other kids are rotting their brains out, I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. iExcel actually makes math fun. iExcel works for busy kids and busy families like yours. Start learning today at iExcel.com. I don't know if you've heard, but iExcel is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. My mom calls it healthy screen time. I call it fun. Although, I guess I'm learning too. While other kids are rotting their brains out, I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. iExcel actually makes math fun. iExcel works for busy kids and busy families like you. Start learning today at iExcel.com.
Oh, watch for beans.
That sign says watch for bears. Here, let's find you an eye doctor on ZocDoc.
Look, Dr. Barker is in network.
That says Dr. Baker. Here, let me help. Reviews say he's very attentive. Dr. Cleaves has 5 stars and an opening tomorrow.
That's great.
Booked it.
Nice. So, why do I need to watch for falling socks? You've got options. Book on ZocDoc today.
We know there's a lot that can go on during one night of baseball. Long home runs, epic pitching performances, catches that defy space, time, and gravity.
Climbing the wall! Did he catch it? He did!
But what if you could get all of that summarized in a quick, concise, and at least we think, funny podcast that's under 10 minutes? Check out MLB.com's Morning Lineup. It runs Monday through Friday mornings on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you love listening most.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
20% off sunglasses from Shadin Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadin. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Coleman!
It's electric!
Need an electrician? Call Coleman Electric. I know you think you already have one, but what you really have is an electrician's phone number. You call, get voicemail, and pray like the dickens he calls you back. Hi, Larry Electric. Call you back tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, electricians love their job, but they hate answering the phone. So Coleman Electric came up with this idea. Coleman would have a ton of experienced electricians on staff and then hire a bunch of other folks to answer the phone. I mean, it's stinking brilliant. It's
electric!
Yeah, Yeah, it's Coleman Electric. From Boston to Bow, New Hampshire, south to Sandwich, west to Worcester, when you need an electrician at your house, call Coleman Electric and schedule service with a live human being. Disclaimer, don't call at 3 a.m. because our humans do sleep. But Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you call and we'll be at your place in the flick of a switch. And if the switch is broken, they'll be there quicker. Coleman Electric, Kuhlman. Electricians who answer the phone. I mean, it's brilliant.
It's electric. This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. Red Sox and the Mariners. Game 2 of this 3-game set out in Seattle as the Red Sox look for their 7th straight win. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. And Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. Here with the manager, Alex Cora, the fellows from WEEI Afternoon. That'd be Nick Fitzy-Stevens, Ted Johnson, and Dan Ball.
Let's just start off. Anything interesting happened the last couple of days?
We keep winning games, man. That's always good.
There you go. All right. I like it a lot. All right. So regarding the Rafael Devers deal, Alex, when did you first hear that the team officially had decided to move on from Rafael Devers?
We've been talking about the subject for the last week. Obviously. On Sunday we got the news. The deal went down after the game, and we were at the airport, and then we have to get Rafi, talk to him, and let him know what happened. So, but there's been conversations, and there's something that it happens in every organization, right? As far as like the communication part of it, you know everything, and then they kept me in the loop with what was going on, and. We decided to make the move on Sunday.
Alex, the leadership group, when they spoke yesterday, used the term inflection point in terms of when they realized this was going to become a reality. Was there any one point along the way or one instance where it became a certain thing that this deal was going to get made?
I think we talk about the organization, right, and what we're trying to accomplish. And I'm not going to hide the fact that Rafi is one of the best hitters in the world, right? We all know that. And, we have to move on from that part. But as you guys know, throughout the off season, we made some decisions during spring training. We made decisions during the season. Circumstances changed. And I don't think we were aligned in some of them. One thing I appreciate from Rafi was at 705, 105, or 135, man, he posted, right? He did everything possible to help us win games. But, as a group, we decided that probably this is the best course of action for now and for the future, and we talk about it as a group, and this is where we're going. And, like I told the guys, it's a tough decision, one that we don't have to ask questions about it, right? Our job here is to show up tonight and try to win the series, and then hopefully we can sweep tomorrow. You saw the group yesterday. There was a lot of energy, the way they talk about it. We all love Rafi, but we have to move on. And to be honest with you, we went through this a few years ago, and we failed at it. When we traded Christian, I think it was in 22, right? 22. And the mood of the group was down. We didn't play well right after that, and it felt a lot different yesterday. The guys showed up, and obviously we pitched well.
Alex, now that Rafi's gone, obviously the DH position has opened up. And I'm just curious, now that he's left, how does this change your approach offensively, and how do you look at that DH position?
Yeah, I think now, obviously, we got yesterday was Campbell. Today is going to be Ref Snyder. Willier, he comes back most likely on Friday. He's on a rehab assignment today. He's going to DH in Worcester. And I think here, now that we got this situation, Massa comes into play, right? He's been able to swing the bat throughout the process. The throwing has been an issue. So we got to sit down as a group and decide what's best for Massa, what's best for us. And if we have to speed up the process because he can hit, we can go that way. And there's a lot of moving parts. You saw the lineup construction, even with Rafi over the weekend against the lefties. We moved Ref and Romy to the top of the lineup. So we're gonna be creative. I think the guy on the mound is gonna dictate who we have. Let's say if he has a good fastball, well, we'll put our best fastball hitter in that spot. If it's Ref or Romy, and we'll mix and match. But I think as a unit, as a group, we're in a good spot, and we can be creative, match up with them late in games, and we're gonna maximize that. I'm not saying that we're not gonna miss Rafi Devers offensively, because, like I said before, he's one of the best in the world. But there's the unit that we have, and we're gonna maximize the group.
Breslow mentioned this as well, and I just want to ask you if you felt like there was anything that you could have done differently at any point along the way to prevent how the Devers situation ultimately played itself out.
I think if we talk to both groups, we will both admit that probably yes, but at the same time, man, like the Alex situation happened right at the end, and we communicated when we had to, when we were very close, and then after that, you saw what happened. So, yeah, I mean, you always try to think ahead and, okay, if this happens again, how can we handle it better? But at the same time, man, it's not a given. It wasn't a given that Alex Bregman was coming here. There were a lot of rumors, and I got to spring training very early to talk to Rafi about what was going on and what might happen, and obviously, it looks like that communication wasn't good enough for his camp.
Alex, is there expectations now that Rafi's gone and his big contract is gone, that there's more financial flexibility, and is there expectations to the front office that they need maybe make a bold move at the trade deadline to get to really improve your team and see how you guys can finish strong?
Yeah, the way I see it is up to us now, right? Even with Rafi or without Rafi, we need to put pressure on the front office and ownership, for them to do that. We're 2 games over 500. If the season ends today, we're in the wildcard spot, right? We've been playing well the last 2 weeks, and the reason is because we're pitching. So just keep piling up wins, keep pitching well, and if we do that, I truly believe that we're going to be in a good spot going into the trading deadline, and it's going to be a lot different than the last few years.
So, Alex, one word that we have heard used a bunch. Sam Kennedy used it, Craig Breslow, and actually you even referenced it earlier, alignment. You're aligned now. Everyone's aligned. So that seems to be the big takeaway, the big bingo word. So would you say now that with Rafael moving on to San Francisco, hopefully there's less discord in the clubhouse, would you say that management, ownership, yourself, everyone is in alignment going forward, and that there's no one else is upset in the clubhouse?
I thought throughout the off season and throughout the start of the season, we were in the same page. It just happened that we had to make a big decision here, and it was trading Rafi. And it's not about opening spots in my belief. This is about this is what we needed to do for us to keep moving forward. And we got 2 good arms that I truly believe they're going to help us sooner rather than later. We need pitching. We got it. Like I said before, one of the best hitters in the world. He's going to be hitting in San Francisco most of the games. He's not going to be with us. But like the guys said yesterday, we have to turn the page. And I know it sounds harsh, but the less we talk about Rafi, the better it's going to be for the group. We love him. We're going to miss him. And we wish him nothing but the best. But we have to show up today and try to win the series.
Alex, as you talk so much about how your group had energy yesterday and really kind of bounced back after that seismic day on Sunday, who were the voices that you were hearing the loudest, the de facto leaders that were helping your group get through what was a pretty tumultuous time?
Yeah, I think, the veterans that there's a lot of people here that, they're new to the organization, right? Like, they know Rafi as a teammate the last 3 months, right? But they understand how it works. Walker Buehler, Garrett Crochet, Justin Wilson, and then Trevor Story, Rob Reffinder, that they've been here the last few years. One of the messages too, and I'm going to be very clear, we cannot question the front office because the last 4 years we've been below average, right? So, we have to be better. That we're playing better the last 2 weeks, of course, and now we're in a better spot. People are talking about the wild card. You see what's going on in the division, the Yankees, the Rays, Toronto, and us. It seems like, if we continue to play this way, is what people expected before the season. It's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end. But as a group, we have to keep improving because the last few years are not acceptable.
Well, obviously, Alex, it's been a very action-packed last 72 hours, not to mention the fact that you won 5 of 6 against the Yankees. Like I said, 6-game winning streak. The team seems to be responding well. The rookies are adding some energy as well, and you got a lot of work ahead of you, but we appreciate you taking some time to join us from the Pacific Northwest. Good luck the rest of the way, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you, guys. Be well.
That was Alex Cora with the fellas from WEEI Afternoons, Nick Fitzy-Stevens, Ted Johnson, and Dan Ball. You can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Still to come, we got the scoreboard, we got the lineups, and I actually hit my lock last night. Let's try and make it 2 in a row. Red Sox aren't the only team on a win streak right now. Team Arcand. It's a 1-game win streak. In fact, I don't think you can call that a streak. I got to get it tonight, too. But I got a good pick for you. That's all coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? Well, then listen to What We Spend, available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Welcome back. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand, Red Sox and the Mariners here. Game 2 of 3 out at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. It will be Brian Wu and Walker Buehler, your starting pitchers. And with that, it's time for the Herb Chambers starting lineups. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. For the Red Sox, leading off in left field is Jarren Duran, followed by Abraham Toro at first. Roman Anthony will bat third and play right field. Your cleanup hitter is the catcher Carlos Narvaez. Marcelo Meyer batting fifth and playing third, followed by Trevor Story at short. David Hamilton at second base batting seventh. Rob Refsnyder, your DH tonight, batting eighth. And Ceddanne Rafaela will bat ninth and play center field behind Buehler. Over on the Seattle side, it's J.P. Crawford leading off. Same lineup as last night. He is the shortstop. Julio Rodriguez batting second in center field. Cal Raleigh, who along with being the big dumper, also is tied with Aaron Judge for the most home runs in all of baseball right now. He will bat third and do the catching. Jorge Polanco is your cleanup hitter in DH, followed by Randy Arozarena in left. Rowdy Tellez at first base. Dominic Canzone will bat seventh and play right field. Ben Williamson in the eighth spot will be at third base. And Cole Young will start at second base tonight behind the starter, Brian Wu. Time now for the Subaru scoreboard update. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Some finals to tell you about already in the books. The now scuffling Philadelphia Phillies lose again. They drop one to the Marlins by a final score of 8-3. The Tigers with a 7-3 win over the Pirates, powered by a couple of home runs from Javi Baez, 2 of them to be exact, as the Tigers take another one, and they move to 20 games over 500, 47-27. They are 25-11 at Comerica Park. Some games in progress to tell you about, like the Rockies, who are all over the Nationals, 10-2, your score in D.C. That game in the top of the ninth inning. Middle of the 8th inning in the Bronx, the Angels looking to make it 2 in a row over the Yankees, who are suddenly finding themselves unable to get and stay in the win column for very long. They're down 4-0. They're in the bottom, or headed to the bottom of the 8th inning in the Bronx. Angels looking to keep the pressure on New York, which is also good for the Red Sox. In other AL East news, the Blue Jays trailing the Diamondbacks by a score of 4-2. That game headed to the bottom of the 7th inning at the Rogers Center. Bottom 6 in Cincinnati, the Twins with a 5-4 lead over the Reds. That is also important for the Red Sox, as the Twins is one of the teams that they just leapt over to grab that final wild card spot. They're up a half game on Minnesota right now. They can maintain that, or if the Reds come back, obviously they can add a game to it. If the Twins hold on and win and the Red Sox lose, then obviously Minnesota and Seattle would both leapfrog them back into the wild card spot. Bottom of the 5th inning in Atlanta, with the Mets leading the Braves 4-1. The Rays trailing the Orioles 3-1 in the top of the 7th inning down at George Steinbrenner Field. The Cardinals trailing the White Sox 8-2 your score. That game in the top of the 6th inning, with the Cardinals comfortably in the lead. It is bottom of the 5th out in Arlington. The Royals enjoying a 5-1 lead over the Texas Rangers. It's the top of the 5th inning at Wrigley Field. Brewers up 2-1 over the Cubs. And those are all the games still in progress. A couple of games still to come to tell you about, including the Red Sox and the Mariners, of course. We will have the San Francisco Giants, Rafael Devers' new team, hosting the Cleveland Guardians, a 9:45 start time out in the Bay Area. In Sacramento, the Oaklamento, is that what they're calling them? The Oaklamento A's? That is a mouthful. They'll be hosting the Houston Astros at 10:05. Jason Alexander, a.k.a. George Costanza, and J.P. Sears will be your starting pitchers in that one, getting underway at 10:05 in Sacramento. And in L.A. tonight, it is a NL West matchup. Dodgers and the Padres, a 10:10 start time. Randy Vasquez getting the start for the Pods. It will be Jack Dreyer going for the L.A. Dodgers. It's now time for the lock of the game, which is presented by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit them online at newenglandmetalroofing.com and never re-roof again. I got 2 picks for you here. I got an easy one and a tough one. The easy one is that the Red Sox continue their win streak. I said that they would do that last night. I did not jinx them. I think that they can beat this team again here. Brian Woo's a very good pitcher. I think Buehler can outduel him, and I feel like the Red Sox are just hot right now. They're a hot team, and I think they're going to stay hot. So Red Sox money line is my first pick. My second pick, and this one, you do what you want to with this one. Rob Refsnyder is a plus 1,200 for an anytime home run tonight. Now, why does that matter? 2 reasons. Number one, Rob Refsnyder has not hit a home run since May 23rd. Ipso facto, he's due. And Brian Woo, who's pitching for the Mariners tonight, has given up 2 home runs per start in his last 3 starts. He gave up 2 against the Twins on May 30th, 2 against the Orioles on June 5th, and 2 against Arizona on June 11th. He's got a problem with the long ball lately, 6 in his last 3 starts, and I think Rob Refsnyder is going to be one of the 2 or however many guys that homers off him now in this game tonight. I just got a feeling. I got a feeling in my bones that Refsnyder is due to hit one out, and I think he's going to do it tonight in Seattle. And at plus 1,200, that's pretty good juice. He has the longest odds of any Red Sox hitter to hit a home run tonight. Roman Anthony, David Hamilton, everybody else is ahead of him. And that's why I like it. So I'm saying Refsnyder with an anytime home run. And if I'm wrong, we'll never speak of it again. And with that, every game, we have the New England Chevy Dealers Question of the Day. Together we drive. Listen in for that during the broadcast today. And this question today, pretty good one. They're all pretty good ones. I know I criticize the polls sometimes, but I do enjoy the polls. Which Sox starter besides Crochet do you believe in most going forward? And the options are the remainder of the starting rotation: Brian Bayo, Walker Buehler, Hunter Dobbins, and Lucas Giolito. You can vote right now on X, a.k.a. Twitter, at Sox Booth. It is the latest question that they have up there at the top of their feed. I know what my answer is. My answer right now is Lucas Giolito, and that is not the most popular answer. That, in fact, is the lowest answer right now. Number 1 is Brian Bayo at 34%. Number 2 is Hunter Dobbins at 32%. Walker Buehler at 16.9%, and then Giolito at 16.7%. I just gave him a little Arcan boost there. I don't know if it's going to help or not, but just watching them lately, watching these guys pitch and looking at who's been more effective and why, I got to tell you, Giolito has looked nails lately. Like, watching him when he's on, I feel like he gets to another level maybe that Bayo and even Buehler or Dobbins don't quite get to. And I say that as someone that was just about ready for the Lucas Giolito experience to be over with already after the injury and then the rough start he got to this year. Since he's turned it around, since he's sort of gotten his feet under him and gone back to that fastball, I feel like Lucas Giolito has been tremendous. So that's who I'm going with, but it seems like I'm on an island for that right now. But anyways, you can go ahead and vote. And vote for whichever one of those starters you think is going to be the best going forward here for your Boston Red Sox. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Hang tight. Don't move a muscle. The Red Sox and the Mariners in action next. First pitch coming your way at 9:40 right here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You want to grow your business. I mean, who doesn't? Constant Contact's marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective. Even if you know nothing about marketing, you can easily create email, text, social, events, and digital campaigns in just a few clicks. It's why over 500,000 business owners trust Constant Contact for their digital marketing needs. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to ConstantContact.com. ConstantContact.com.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Hey there, I'm Kendra Adachi, and my show, The Lazy Genius Podcast, helps you be a genius about the things that matter and lazy about the things that don't, and you get to decide what matters. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you a new way to see. Episodes of the Lazy Genius Podcast are full of compassionate time management tips and permission slips to do what makes sense for you. New episodes drop every Monday. Follow and listen to the Lazy Genius Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the do.
I've gathered you here today for a family strategy meeting. Johnny, after dinner, you get 30 more minutes of counting practice on iExcel. Meanwhile, Timmy, you get to use iExcel for your long division. Let's do this. Try the learning product families trust at iExcel.com.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action. This is Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win on a wall double by Devers. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Novo's pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
Devers is homered in 5 straight.
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Trey Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Lou Maloney.
Good evening and welcome to T-Mobile Park on another glorious Seattle night at the home of the Mariners for Game 2 of a 3-game series between the Red Sox and the club that travels the most and is in the uppermost corner of the Pacific Northwest. The Red Sox have won 6 straight, 8 of 9, and they are rolling. The Yankees losing again tonight. The Red Sox pitching staff has been steamrolling along, and tonight, the Red Sox hand the baseball to Walker Buehler against one of the great young right-handers in the game. Brian Wu takes the ball for the Mariners. Along with Lou Maloney, I'm Will Fleming. And Lou, this has just been such a complicated couple of days. The Red Sox watched today as Rafi Devers was introduced to the people of San Francisco. He put on a Giants jersey. He said, I'll play wherever they ask me to. But all the while, the Red Sox have won 6 straight. They're pitching better than any team in baseball. They're 5.5 back in the American League East. The Yankees losing again tonight. And so this is sort of a tale of two narratives right now with this club.
Yeah, but they're winning ball games, you mentioned, not because of the bats. I mean, they've done enough. They scored 17 runs in a 6-game winning streak. That's not a lot of runs. It's under 3 a game, but your rotation's 5-0. It's a 0.89 ERA. They've gone 40 in the 3rd innings. They're going deep. And I also got to point out the defense, because starting pitchers don't go deep unless the plays are made, unless the double plays are turned, unless the major league play behind them is made once in a while that allows them to get deep. So they're really putting the pitching and defense together here recently.
This is one of those days in one of those ballparks you feel lucky to call Major League Baseball and broadcasting your life, because it is just utterly gorgeous here in Seattle as the Red Sox look to Buehler to keep that thing going. Giolito made a real adjustment, Lou. What about Buehler? Because coming back from injury. At times, he's looked unhittable. There have been some bumps in the road for him, but with Walker Buehler on the mound against this Seattle team that itself does not hit a whole lot, what are you looking for from the right-hander?
Much like we saw with Giolito last night, attack with the fastball. His last outing was his fifth, coming off the IL, and it followed, just like Giolito, a really bad outing where he only went a couple of innings and gave up 7 against the Yankees. But I feel like he's now starting to get back into that groove. Remember earlier in the year, it took him 3 or 4 starts, and right before he went in the IL, you started seeing it from him in about 3 or 4 starts in a row. Well, it was tough coming out of the gate, especially when you get thrown out the first game you're back. I saw him use his fastball more. The sinker and the four-seamer in his last outing, it was the highest rate combined that he had all year long, and I'd like to see that continue here again today.
Something Lucas Giolito said last night really stuck with me, and I think it does apply to Buehler tonight, and really this whole pitching staff, which will conclude with Crochet tomorrow. This is the best place in baseball to pitch, and you can lean on your fastball a little bit, knowing that if one drifts out over the plate a little bit into the power alleys, it's not going to go out of this yard, Lou. I think that does empower the guys like Giolito and Buehler on the mound.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why you want to attack the zone. Last night, you look at the Boston Red Sox, Giolito, he only walked one guy. The bullpen guys made it interesting. Why? Because they walked guys, right? Wilson ended up walking 1. Weissert walked 2. In this ballpark, you got to make them earn it. You can't give any free passes. It's a big yard. And that's when you get into some troubles, right? Walk 1, walk 2, and then a little double in the gap. It's a big outfield. So attack the zone with fastballs, limit the walks, and just stay aggressive and, just try to carry that momentum. I think the rotation's got a little game going on here right now. Nobody wants to let him down.
It's a very cool thing. It's what you want every rotation to have. Walker has walked 18 at 55 and 2/3. He's going to try to one-up Giolito, knowing Crochet is coming tomorrow. The umpires march. Ramon Vasquez is on an incredible heater. He is taking the lineup card out for the 6th, now 7th straight time. But we'll give you the lineups now. The national anthem, which is brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. You'll find stable, sustaining skilled trades careers, helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one. Picturesque evening in Seattle, Washington, one of America's great cities and one of baseball's great ballparks. The Red Sox and the Mariners. It's Buehler and Wu. Sox trying to make it 7 wins in a row. Different looking lineup again for the Red Sox. It's younger. It is without Devers in the heart of it. By the way, Rafi will be the designated hitter tonight in San Francisco. He'll bat third. We'll talk a little bit about what he said today in his press conference, introducing himself to the people of San Francisco. The speed report in this ball game brought to you by Verizon. Get your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. Lou, you got Hamilton, Duran, and Rafaela in there. And, Cal Raleigh is sort of an average thrower. Runs are hard to come by against this pitching staff. I would expect the Red Sox to be pretty aggressive on the bases.
Yeah, I'd like to see them more aggressive, especially, but you got to get those guys on. You mentioned Duran, Story, Hamilton, Rafael. These are the guys, double-digit stolen bases. You want to get them on and get them active. Cora says he's going to start doing that more. There's no more Devers in here sitting back looking for him to drive in everybody. So you got to create some runs.
Injury report brought to you by the Ketchus Law Group, champions for the injured with more than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders. Jordan Hicks is part of the Red Sox injury report now. Came over from the Giants in the Devers deal. He's supposed to throw a live batting practice tomorrow, so see how that goes. And he could join this club as a high-leverage reliever very soon. And I think, Lou, Harrison's going to start. They want to maximize him and make him the great next left-handed starter for the Red Sox in the vein of Crochet and Sale. They think he really does have that kind of upside. But for Hicks, this guy has proven in his career already to be a hard-throwing elite bullpen arm.
Well, he's got the big fastball. Average is 97.3 with sink. You know, it's just about the strike throwing for him. You know, got a sweeper, he's got a split to go with it. But it's about strike throwing. It's about trusting that 97 with sink, just aim it down the middle and trust the movement. I think helps a lot, but he misses a lot of barrels rather. He gets a lot of ground balls, and he could be another big, powerful arm coming out of that bullpen, seeing 9 more 99s from Hicks.
Brian Wu is about to lead the Mariners out onto the diamond. It's a younger lineup. Lou, how about tonight's starting lineup?
Let's do that. Let's check it out. It's Morgan & Morgan starting lineups brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. For the Boston Red Sox, leading off will be Jarren Duran in left. Abraham Toro bats second. He is at third base with Roman Anthony batting third in right. Carlos Narvaez will be behind the plate batting cleanup with Marcelo Meyer batting fifth at third. Trevor Story at shortstop batting sixth with David Hamilton back at second base. He bats seventh. Rob Refsnyder, he bats eighth. He is the designated hitter with Cedar Rafaela batting ninth in center. For the Seattle Mariners, behind the youngster Brian Wu leading off, will be the shortstop J.P. Crawford. Julio Rodriguez bats second in center field with Cal Raleigh doing the catching, batting third. Jorge Polanco is a designated hitter with Randy Arozarena playing left field. Rowdy Tellez at sixth at third base with Dominic Canzone batting seventh out in right field. Ben Williamson played third base batting eighth, and Cole Young is the second baseman. He bats ninth. That is your Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm.
Lou, every time we see the Mariners, you say this. This is one of the great pitchers in the American League. You got 5 of them. Brian Wu is a little bit different. He is on the ascension and really a super talented young right-handed arm.
Well, we saw a guy last night, Logan Gilbert, just coming off the IL. He was electric in 5 innings. Did give up a couple runs, but he struck out 10. You know, George Kirby had a little injury. He is back. Bryce Wilson is on the IL, so they're dealing with a few injuries and guys coming back. This guy here, Wu, 13 starts. He has gone 6 innings plus in each and every one of them. He is a dominant righty. Guys aren't touching him. Another big fastball that he likes to play off of. He's going to be in that 96, 97 range and uses it a lot. So with that, Jarren Duran gets ready to step in the box. The Red Sox, after winning game 1 of the series, trying to win a series outright here tonight. And with the play-by-play, the voice of the Boston Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Thanks so much, Lou. I'm glad you didn't fall into the boat today. We're here. We caught some salmon, and we're ready to rock and roll. The Red Sox and the Mariners. Jarren trying to, in some ways, get out of a slump. He's got the pants at the knees. The red stockings show. Into the left-handed batter's box, he stands. Brian Wu at the belt, 25 years old. He rocks, he throws. Jarren takes a fastball outside for ball 1.
6:42.
And we're underway, a couple minutes behind time. 6:42. And how about 73 degrees in Seattle? A gentle breeze, 9 miles an hour.
6:42.
1-0 to Duran. The pitch is a high drive into right center field. Julio Rodriguez back at the warning track at the wall. He's there to make the play. That thing was absolutely pummeled by Duran. But even on a warm Seattle night, it hangs up in the power alley, and there's one away.
Swung them. Hit that ball really nice here. You mentioned it too, Duran. A little bit of a struggle here. He's batting 200 now in his last 11. More importantly, a lot of strikeouts. He got 18 strikeouts during that stretch. It's just, you're talking about 47 plate appearances. But he hit that one well.
He absolutely crushed that ball. Here's Abraham Toro, left-handed batter, against Wu with 1 down. The pitch is popped up. Straight back. That'll get out of play. Cal Raleigh gives it a look, but plenty deep into the seats. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield Marinated Pork. Hatfield, better care, better port.
He hit that ball 106 off the bat. 382.
That is why free agent hitters do not want to sign here. 0-1. Pitch is low. I think that's a homer into the bullpens at Fenway Park on a June night. That ball was destroyed.
Yeah, it says home runs not in any park. Not in any park. But, as we mentioned, like Colorado, right? The ball doesn't move here.
Right, 1-1. Swung on and missed.
382 here might be 400 somewhere else, 410 somewhere else, right?
Cloud cover. Jet airliners going up above the open roof 2 nights in a row. Picture perfect in Seattle. 73 in summer glory. 1-2. That hits him on the rear end. Maybe the elbow, actually. He turned around. He grimaces big time, does Toro. And actually, and on his back butt cheek. And he's aboard with 1 away.
He's getting beat up here last couple nights. This one here, you're right. Right in that right cheek. Kind of turns into it, but last night, remember, a couple foul balls, one off the shin, then one off the kneecap.
He just needs to dive into the Puget Sound human ice bath. Here's Roman Anthony, who had his first career home run here last night. Toro leading at first. The pitch. Roman takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Just underway. A base runner aboard with 1 down in the first. Seattle in the summer is better than just about any place on earth. The 1-0 is a high fastball outside, 2-0.
And what a beautiful day today. We went out. No orcas, for everybody that's wondering. Although before we jumped in the boat, they said there were sightings all day.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure I was getting in the boat, but I got in the boat. Wasn't a big enough boat for an orca, I can tell you that right now. Small boat.
2-0 is a ball. Fastball up and away. They told us there are these transient pods of orcas that sort of come into the Puget Sound. They're not the guys and girls who live here all the time. And they told you before you stepped on the boat, some of them have 6-foot-high dorsal fins.
Yeah. Right before I got in.
Here's the pitch to Roman, and it's a fastball in the inside corner, 3-1.
But we caught 5 coho salmon, so that was nice. And no orcas.
No orcas. I kind of want to see one, to be honest.
I kind of wanted to on the way back.
Yeah, me too. 3-1 with Toro at first. Anthony waits. The pitch is swung on and missed. He challenged him with a fastball. I mean, that's just perfect from Wu. 96 on the outside corner, and it's 3-2.
Oh, he's got a good one. He kind of has that low delivery, right? That low release point. Guys are only hitting 178 off it. And 28% swing and miss rate on a fastball is a good rate. And he gets it.
He's seen 5 fastballs as Anthony. 3-2. Double play depth over to pull. Here's the pitch, and Roman swings and pops it high in the air into left field. But Rose Arena in front of the warning track is there to make the play. And they're 2-way. I'm fascinated by this with Anthony, Lou. I do think pitchers are going to try to get fastballs by him, but that is buyer beware. And Wu just had a swing from Anthony that barely missed.
Yeah, I was looking. I think he's like now 1 for 12 on fastballs. And I almost don't even remember that many thrown to him. And it's almost like they're throwing him out of the zone up, and he's actually chasing because he's excited to see one. But Wu challenged him there with it.
Here's Carlos Narvaez, 2 down, no score. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Good slider. Home plate umpire Sean Barber. The crew chief James Hoy is at first. John Libka at second, and DJ Rayburn in the rocking chair at third. 0-1 to Carlos Narvaez. Wu is ready. The pitch is a ground ball foul. He's laid on a fastball there. Was Narvaez. In some ways, these two, Narvaez and Raleigh, are the best 2 catchers right now in the American League.
Yeah, I was looking at the All-Star ballot. I guess, Kirk is hitting like 325, right? I mean, there's some guys, Hoppy's had some power. But when you combine what Narvaez, where he is defensively, could be that backup in the All-Star game.
0-2. Set up in. The pitch is swung on and missed. That's an electric fastball. And the inning is over. Red Sox leave a base runner, Walker Buehler, in a scoreless game to the mound. Bottom of the first, next to the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Set yourself up for success. Their locally owned Benjamin Moore store proudly serves the New England area with more than just paint. They're here to support you and help you find everything you need to bring your projects to life. From expert advice to premium products, they'll help you every step of the way. Enjoy exceptional service and explore a selection of beautiful paint colors designed for lasting results. Visit Triborough Paint Center today and experience the difference that Benjamin Moore's quality products and personalized guidance can make.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bottom of the first in Seattle. Walker Buehler is on the mound for the 12th time in a Red Sox uniform. Black cleats, black glove, facing J.P. Crawford. Pitch. Line down the left field line, foul and out of play. And it is 0-1. Crawford, 293. He's a threat to go deep. 6 homers, 29 driven in. Buehler trying to build off a fabulous last start against Tampa Bay, the 0-1. High fastball. How about the Red Sox starting pitchers in their last 6 games? 5-0 with a .89 ERA. And really, they've seemed to set the tone early in these games. 1-1. High fastball. We were talking about a week ago, Lou, about how the first inning, a total disaster for Red Sox pitchers. They figured that out and built some momentum.
Oh, they were fantastic at home. I don't know if they gave one up in that homestand. Obviously nothing last night, too.
2-1 is a soft ground ball on the right side. Toro backhands. Buehler quick to cover. Nice feed by Toro. And there's one away. That was kind of a tweener, Lou, and that play has been a problem for the Red Sox. Nice job by both Toro and Buehler.
Yeah, Toro can't go for this ball. I mean, he recovers, and Buehler does a nice job getting over, but when the lefty is up, like Toro, we've seen Romy do it too. You got to turn, look over your right shoulder, see that Hamilton's right there. This ball was hit too slowly. It's an easy play for David Hamilton.
Because he was over in the hole. Here's Julio Rodriguez, the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a really good cut fastball in its own one. That's been a problem, that read.
Yeah, like right now, okay, the righty's up, so Hamilton's a little up the middle. So now, if that ball's hit to you, yeah, you probably have to go get it.
0-1 to Julio, who's coming in 257 with 10 homers as a ball outside. Interesting how much of it is pre-pitch. And it's hard because these guys have not played these positions very much.
Yeah.
One out in the first. 1-1. Shot down the right field line, foul, slicing out of play.
Well, the hardest part, too, is most of these guys utility guys, right? They played second, they played third, short, wherever it may be. And you always go to the baseball. Always. Even at third, if it's to the shortstop, you break into the ball. At first, if a ball's hit to your right, you're asked to break away from it.
1-2, just outside. I think that's such an important point. These guys, first base, that's the thing you hear always. The ball to your right.
Yeah.
Don't go get it. But you spent your life going to find the ball. 2-2, the pitch is a broken back ground ball on the right side. Hamilton smoothly has it, throws to first in time. And they're 2 away. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good.
And, just important, too, with those last 6 games with the starter numbers. 40 1/3. You're talking about, what's that, almost 6 1/3?
Mm-hmm.
6 1/2?
Good Providence math as Cal Raleigh takes a strike on the inside corner.
Right? I mean, that's just as important. And Walker here, last outing, he really used his fastball, the sinker 4-seam combo. Highest rate combined of any start this year.
0-1. A little flare of a leg kick is a check swing and a fastball that misses outside. Toro at first, Hamilton at second. Story the shortstop with Meyer way back in the shortstop hole. Baldwin Group defensive alignment. Baldwin Group Insurance, Employee Benefits, and Wealth Management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. Here's a foul ball off the end of the bat. Cal Raleigh. And it is 1-2. Cedon deep in the right center field gap. Roman in right. Duran in left. Narvaez behind the dish. 2 down, scoreless game in the bottom of the first. Buehler throws. That is just low. Really good changeup, I thought. Good take by Raleigh, and it's 2-2.
They attacked Cal a lot. 2 strikes. Changeup down. Did Weiser, I think, was the one that got him with those changeups, and then some breaking balls. Giolito got a couple curveballs down on him. Get some swing and miss out of the zone.
2-2. Here's the pitch. And it is inside. It hit him, it sounded like. Didn't it? Wow. I thought that got him on the rib cage of the jersey. It must have been Narvaez's glove. It's a ball, and it's 3-2. Wow.
It did look like it hit his jersey, didn't it?
Wow. I can't believe he wants to hit. That's a guy who just wants to swing it. 0 for 4 last night. The pitch is ripped into right field. I understand why he wants to swing it. Anthony plays the second hop, and the Mariners' best player this season has a 2-out hit in the bottom of the first.
No, you'll take it. I don't know if that ball clipped his jersey or not, but again, he's sitting there with 26 home runs. So you'll take this just a single to right field. He's not very fast. He's not a base stealer.
So here now, Jorge Polanco batting left against Buehler. 2 down, runner aboard, and a pitch inside. Slider. And that is ball 1. Polanco has seen him just on 2 occasions, and he's got 2 hits in those at-bats. He's the Mariners' cleanup man, and that fastball is a bad miss by Buehler way outside, and it's 2-0.
Well, first inning's been an issue for Walker. 7.36 ERA. Guys hit 354 off him. Now, a lot of that would have been skewed in that Yankees start, and they put 5 on him in the first, right?
2-0. Strike on the inside corner. I mean, this part of the season, remember, he's only made 11 starts, so yes, 1 bad one can really inflate the numbers. 2-1. They play him big time to pull this left-handed hitter. Pitch is inside. And it's 3-1.
Lefties, too. Lefties hitting 307 off him. Righties, 222. That slider plays a little bit better than the right-handers.
Get the righty Arozarena on deck. Cal Raleigh leading at first. 3-1. Check swing. He did not go, and a ball outside. So a single and a walk. So now Buehler will face the right-handed hitting Arozarena with 2 on and 2 out. Arozarena, 227, 8 homers, 28 driven in. 2 on, 2 out the pitch. High fastball up and in. All of a sudden, it seems to me, Lou, the command has lapsed here for Walker Buehler.
Yeah, and you better get it here, right? You got to execute. First inning, you got Wu on the mound on the other side. It's one thing the starting pitchers have been amazing at, putting up zeros early.
1-0 is another ball. Slider way up above the zone. And it's 2-0. Buehler, 10 hits 3 starts ago. As you said, the disaster in New York, the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Big fastball. He challenged him there, actually cutting action on it. And it's 2-1. 7 runs in those 2 innings in New York. 2 of them unearned, but still 2-1. Swing and a miss by Arozarena. Back-to-back pitches moving away from him. Cutter and a slider, and it's 2-2. Expect more of the same here. 2 on, 2 out. No score in the first. Buehler pitches. Breaking ball grounded to short. Story's got it. He goes the short way to second, and just in time to get the trail runner Polanco and end the inning. Nice job there by Buehler. 2 stranded for the Mariners. We go to the second inning. No score. Marcelo Meyer. Story in Hamilton after this. The Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
There are 2 types of golfers, those that can hit solid golf shots wearing sunglasses and those that wish they could. Shaden Precision Eyewear is all about better vision and better golf. If you're lacking confidence to wear sunglasses while hitting golf shots, go to seebetterplaybetter.com and learn why so many tour players and their caddies have switched to the Shaden brand. Use the code SPRING to get 20% off and a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to see the golf course like you've never seen it before.
On my podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, we share the keys to succeed in business and in life. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Gotta love Joe Bregman doing his best to echo the spirit of Seattle. Macklemore as we come back as Marcelo Meyer leads it off in the top of the second. No score. Sox and Mariners. The pitch. Marcelo drives one high and deep into left center field. Rodriguez back onto the warning track. At the wall, he leaps and he makes the play. I mean, that's 2 tonight from Duran and Marcelo that in so many ballparks are homers. But that one dies on the track with a little leap from J-Rod, and there's one away.
Boy, this ball is absolutely smothered. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he hit it. He kind of watched it, and for good reason. I mean, he hit it 104 off the bat. He thought this ball was going to get out, but nothing gets out of these gaps here.
Do you think there's any reason Ohtani and Soto and others don't even entertain the idea of coming here? Here's Trevor Story with one down. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, that was 391. That's a home run in 4 parks. As we said, the ball just doesn't travel here, so really it's probably over 400 somewhere else.
Yeah, I just think you have to gauge quality of contact, right? That ball was crushed. 0-1 to Trevor. 232 with 9 homers. He swings and misses. Sweeper. And it's 0-2. Well, it's been a tough couple days for Red Sox fans in some ways. The idea of life without Rafi Devers. He goes out to San Francisco today to incredible pomp and circumstance. They really rolled out it's not even a red carpet, it's really the orange carpet out there. Put out all the dignitaries. 0-2 to Story. Long set from Wu. That was weird. He throws. Trevor swings and misses. He's gone with a fastball. Wu is rolling his second strikeout. So Barry Bonds was there, the ownership group. Devers was compared to the great hitters in Giant history. Bonds and Willie Mays and all the wonderful players they've had there. He looked pleased as punch. 2 down, bases empty. Here's David Hamilton. The pitch is a soft ground ball up the middle. J.P. Crawford has it. Throws underhand low to first, and it is just barely in time. I think the Red Sox do want to take a peek at this. Hamilton was close to the bag on a little skipping throw. And Alex Cora says, we will not look. More on Devers' intro to San Francisco when we come back. No score after an inning and a half in the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Some people follow the rules, I break them. I'm Soraya, and on Rule Breakers, we talk to the rebels who do things their way. Listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Helmets keep kids safe on their bikes. Seatbelts keep them safe in the car. But when it comes to technology, what's keeping them safe from the mental and physical harms of the online world, like cyberbullies, predators, or digital depression and doom scrolling? Aura AI's powered family safety app gives parents the tools to do just that. It offers a deep, personalized understanding of your child's online world and gives tailored recommendations on how to keep them healthy, happy, and safe. Go to aura.com/radio to try for free. Aura is the official family online safety partner of the Boston Red Sox.
Hey, what was the name of that learning app again?
IXL. It gives each kid the exact support they need.
Are we talking about IXL? My kids love it, and research shows it even boosts test scores.
IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
Something berry delicious is happening at Shaw's in Star Market. It's a berry bonanza. Right now, buy 2, get 1 free, and 1 pound strawberries, pint blueberries, 6-ounce raspberries, and blackberries. Yes, mix and match. Lowest price item is free. Shaw's in Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
Yes, I love this game.
IXL is actually a learning app that helps them excel in math, science, language arts, even social studies. But it's so fun, my kiddo calls it a game.
Yes, I'm crushing it.
Yeah, you are.
He loves the awards and motivating feedback on IXL. It's one of his favorite things to do after school. He loves the challenge. I love the results.
Yes.
IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
Hi, this is Walker Bueller. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Rowdy Tellez to lead it off against Walker Bueller. As we go to the bottom of the second inning, the pitch. That's a horrible miss by Bueller. A sweeper, the curveball that just missed way out of his hands. Ball 1 to Rowdy Tellez. Comes in 207, 11 homers, and a fastball misses way inside. Sort of a head scratcher because Bueller, when he's needed to, has made really big pitches, but he's made some huge misses so far tonight. It can happen with a guy working back from injury, trying to find himself. 2-0, crushed down the right field line, foul. A missile from the Red Sox killer Rowdy Tellez. Let's take 10 seconds for Station ID Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Rowdy Tellez rips a 2-1 pitch right up the middle into center field for a base hit. So the Mariners have the leadoff man aboard in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, we were talking about having control, right? Location, those are the things that he had earlier. 25 pitches in the first inning. He didn't exactly have it after the first couple of outs. And then there kind of fell behind a very dangerous hitter. Got to start getting ahead, not having such bad misses like you've seen with these breaking balls.
Here now is left-handed hitting Dominic Canzone. He takes a fastball for a strike at the top of the zone, and it is 0-1. No score, Red Sox and the Mariners. Bueller at the belt, throws, and a high drive into center field. Cedon drifting back right in front of the warning track is there. He squares up and makes the play, and there's one away. Even on a delightful, warm Seattle night, the ball is just going nowhere tonight.
No, that ball's hit hard, too. I mean, that's 3 in a row now. Cedon went back. He wasn't even at the track. He thought that was going to get over his head. Canzone hit that ball real hard.
Here now, Ben Williamson. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch is strike at the top of the zone.
They got to do a better job in this bottom third here tonight. I know last night was shutout, but when Giolito got in trouble, it was because of 7, 8, 9. It was this group right here, Williamson and Young.
Runner goes to Les, fastball high, throw to second, not in time. A foot for a slide. Are you kidding me? The ultimate sneak attack. I mean, Rowdy Tellez can't have 10 stolen bases in his career. Buehler a big leg kick, and he steals a base with one out in this second. Wow.
Well, teams have been taking advantage of this leg kick. The Yankees certainly did. I just didn't think Rowdy Tellez in his career has 4, now 5 bags. This is year 9.
Picked the perfect time to do it. 1-1 is way outside. And, you know, I really think, Lou, we talked so much about wanting guys to work quickly. I think Walker is working too quickly right now. It's the rare case where things are sort of spiraling on him.
Well, he's had some really big misses, right? The breaking ball, not even close.
2-1. The pitch is outside. It's a slider, and it's 3-1. Cole Young is out on deck. I mean, this is the 8-9 hitters once again that have plagued the Red Sox. 3-1 count to him. Pitch. That is not even anywhere in the zip code of the strike zone. Another huge miss. And that's ball 4. And now the Mariners with 2 on and 1 out.
Yeah, he just threw a 3-1 fastball in the dirt. He's just... That's where you got to kind of go back and just, you know, mechanically, like something has been off here so far. I mean, 36 pitches here. You got 1 out in the second inning. You have to throw 25 in the first. And a veteran guy got to kind of figure that out on the fly and start finding the zone, especially here the number 9-hole hitter.
So big chance now for the Mariners. The 9-hole hitter, Cole Young, is up. 2 on with 1 out. And Crawford and Rodriguez and Raleigh looming. Buehler has got to dig deep right here. Here's the pitch. And that's high. Try to slider. It's acted like a cutter up and above the zone for ball 1. Just unreal. He's thrown 37 pitches and only 17 strikes. 1-0. Pitch. Foul back. Back to the slider. It's 1-1. Something berry delicious is happening at Shaw's and Star Market. It's Berry Bonanza. Buy 2, get 1 free on a pound of strawberries, a pint of blueberries, 6 ounces of raspberries, and blackberries. Yep, you can mix and match. Lowest priced item is free. 1-1 pitch is right there. That's a strike on the outside corner. And it's 1-2.
That's a good changeup. You know, this slider's a pitch that he has thrown an awful lot in some starts. He's thrown 13 of them, only 4 for strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out for the Mariners in this second inning. Huge pitch coming. Here it is. And it's ripped into right field. This thing is way back, Anthony, at the track. At the wall, it's off the wall. Cedon plays the carom. 1 run is in. They're going to wave the second runner home. Relay throw from Hamilton. In time! They tag him out. That was super aggressive from the Mariners. A great play by Cedon off the wall to limit the damage. Anthony got too close to the wall, and Cedon backed it up, and Rafaela to Hamilton to Narvaez for the second out of the inning.
Well, it was a hanging curveball first off, and Young just rips this ball that probably hits the high top of that wall, maybe 3 feet from going out. And you're right, it ricochets so hard, it's away from Anthony. Nice job. Cedon sort of picks this up like an infielder, right? Just spin quickly, gets it into Hamilton. Good strong throw. And that's a big run out at that plate with 2 outs now.
Here's J.P. Crawford. He swings and misses at a high fastball, and it's 0-1. The Yankees have lost tonight. They have scored 5 runs in their last 6 games. So as of right now, the Red Sox 5 games back. The 0-1 down and in. This is just not the best of Walker Buehler, Lou. It's clearly something mechanical because the misses are enormous. 1-1. Pitch is a high fastball up and away. And it's 2-1.
Yeah. Before, even with the Yankees, what they did to Judge, it was about execution, it was about locating, it was about how do we pitch him, and they hit every spot. Right now, he's fighting it.
2-1. Hard ground ball foul outside of first. Nothing Mariners. Julio Rodriguez is out on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Buehler throws. Crawford takes a high fastball. He's lived up there with the fastball tonight. Run in, runner at second. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. Buehler looks that way, now throws, and a fastball misses inside for ball 4. So, now more trouble for Buehler. It's the 4th base runner of this inning.
We're talking about 18 fastballs between the sinker and the four-seamer. He's only thrown 7 strikes. 18 fastballs. Like, locating your fastball, establishing it, and playing off of it is the key. And he doesn't know where his fastball's going.
Here's the first one to Julio that misses outside. A fastball, and it's 1-0. People are trying to find anything right here, right now. He's about to throw his 48th pitch. Here it is. And a high fly foul on the first base side.
Yeah, I was surprised. After that walk from Crawford, I thought it might be a good time for Bailey to go out and try to calm him down.
Maybe so too.
Try to sort of, okay, this is what we're doing. You're falling off. You're not coming to the plate. You're following through. Well, something.
1-1. Swing and a miss. That was maybe the best slider he's thrown all night. It's 1-2.
He threw one of those to him his first at bat too. Perfect spot, down and away. He needs to execute and be lucky to get out of here with just 1 run. Try to find it next inning, but you still got to finish this guy off, especially with Cal up next.
Pink cleats on. Julio dips into the right-handed batter's box. 1-2. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch way up and in. It's another huge miss by Buehler. That thing missed by 4 feet from where he was trying to throw it. And it's 2-2. The next one is way outside. Slider. Julio laid off. And it is 3-2. And now these Mariners runners, Young at second, Crawford at first, will be off with the pitch. Big crossroads early in this game. 3-2. Here it is. And it is a ball up and in. That was very close from Buehler, but the cutter missed. So now the bases are loaded for Cal Raleigh, and now Andrew Bailey is coming out.
It's his 4th walk of this game. Doesn't have a strikeout. 4 walks, inning and 2/3. Yeah, I would have thought, like, after Crawford had walked, hey, this is a big at bat. We can go get Julio Rodriguez. We can throw some sliders at him. Let's just sort of calm down. There was no. Now you go out and talk to him with Raleigh up there, and this becomes an enormous at bat. If you were able to get out of this only down 1-0, given where he's been here in these first 2 innings, that is an enormous win.
It is, but the thing is, Buehler right now is so far out of the strike zone, he's not getting swings and misses on close pitches. They're just taking them for balls. Now, here we go. Crossroads moment for Buehler. Base is loaded, 1 out, 2 outs, I should say, with a run in the second. Here's the pitch, and it's high into right field. That thing is crushed. It is back at the wall, and it is gone. Cal Raleigh hits a grand slam, his 27th homer of the year. You could see that coming all the way. Walker Buehler has given up 5 in the second.
Well, we said it. I mean, walked 3 guys this inning. Go behind a 9-hole hitter who hit a double off him. And this one here is a hanging changeup. Just changeup up, letter high, first pitch. Cal makes him pay, puts a quick 5 spot up.
And with Wu on the mound, that feels like 500. Here's a hard ground ball to second base. Hamilton throws to first, and the inning is over. Buehler just not sharp tonight. After 5-0 Mariners on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shade-In Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and find out why Shade-In sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shade-In is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
I'm Emma Greed, and I've spent the last 20 years building, running, and investing in some incredible businesses. The more success I've had, the more people started coming to me with questions. How do you start a business? How do you raise money? How do I bounce back from failure? On my new podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, I'll be answering these questions and more through weekly conversations with the smartest minds out there. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Boston sports opinion more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Rob Refsnyder trying to get something going here as we go to the top of the third inning. Red Sox trailing 5-0 as Ref, tonight's designated hitter in the 9-hole. Takes a strike on the outside corner. We just felt that coming with the walks, erratic command for Walker Buehler, and Raleigh cashed it in. 0-1 inside. We talked about how great the starting pitching has been, and it has for the Red Sox, but Buehler a little erratic, Lou.
Oh, yeah. I mean, almost didn't deserve to get out of that inning, right? You were hoping you get a little lucky, maybe find location for one hitter, but really kind of lost it with all of them that inning.
1-1 is up and in. Talk me through this, because you've been in dugouts, you've been in lineups when a guy just doesn't have it. I mean, that kind of miss, the only reason I said those things about how wide those things miss is you just don't see that at the major league level. You really don't. 2 balls and a strike to Refsnyder. Pitch is swung on a miss. He was fooled badly there on the fastball. What happens in a dugout? Are you starting to eliminate certain pitches?
Well, with him, it was, the fastball, he had no idea where it was going. Yeah. Kind of fell in love with the cutter. There was a lot of strikes there. You saw him start to go to that changeup, and Raleigh kind of just sat on it. He left it up.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Lou is ready. Here's the pitch. Refsnyder takes a high fastball. Sammy Sumai is here with us. He is an enormous Mariner Cal Raleigh fan. He's got his Julio Rodriguez jersey on. His T-shirt underneath is pink like my face after a day chasing coho salmon. 3-2 pitch is on the ground hard to short. Second hop right there for Crawford. Throws to first in time. He is an enormous baseball fan. He's just around the corner from Mike Stokoyak, our great friend who took us out onto the water today. And even though we're not happy with what just happened with Cal, cool moment for Sammy.
I mean, they walked in and it was like, nothing ball game. I'm not sure how much longer they can stay.
Here's Cedar Rafaela. 1 down, base is empty. Here's the pitch. Rafaela takes a strike on the inside corner. He's got the full flow, though, doesn't he?
Oh,
necklace, jersey, hair.
Styling.
Yeah.
Been a while since Cora seen one of those outings.
Baseball's sometimes simple. The 0-1 is inside. But what you said is so true, Lou, where even if you give up a little base hit, and it's 2 or 3-0, it's totally different. Instead, he hung a changeup, 1-1. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on a miss. I mean, that's just power on power, 96, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, it's just on top of that zone, too. And again, he's got this little low release. He's not really high over the top, and that just creates a tough angle for hitters at this fastball. And the numbers back it up.
1-2. Zidane swings and misses. I mean, that's the kind of swing you see against the best fastballs in the game, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, look back at that last inning for Buehler. Now, again, the last outing, the fastball was his best pitch. Like, he threw it more than anything. It set up everything. And the sinkers and the four-seamers, he combined to throw 20, only 8 strikes. And when you can't locate your fastball, I felt like the slider, he had no clue where that was going. Just kind of stepped on the mound here today and really didn't have any location to go with anything.
Here's Duran with 2 down, bases empty. The pitch, swing and a miss. He was trying to go deep right there. Strike, and it's 0-1. Third inning is brought to you by Club Citgo. Club you'll want to get into. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents a gallon on your first fill-up. Duran skies one into left field. Easy play for Arozarena. He drifts into his right. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over. 5-0 Mariners going to the bottom of the third on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You want to grow your business. I mean, who doesn't? Constant Contact's marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective, even if you know nothing about marketing. You can easily create email, text, social, events, and digital campaigns in just a few clicks. It's why over 500,000 business owners trust Constant Contact for their digital marketing needs. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. Get 25% off all plans for the first 3 months when you go to ConstantContact.com and use code LISTEN25 at checkout. ConstantContact.com with code LISTEN25.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
There are 2 types of golfers, those that can hit solid golf shots wearing sunglasses and those that wish they could. Shaden Precision Eyewear is all about better vision and better golf. If you're lacking confidence to wear sunglasses while hitting golf shots, go to seebetterplaybetter.com and learn why so many tour players and their caddies have switched to the Shaden brand. Use the code SPRING to get 20% off and a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to see the golf course like you've never seen it before.
Let's be honest, you've been portrayed as a monster.
Yes.
Evil, maniacal.
What's it like to interview a killer? 48 Hours is taking you inside what we've learned about the criminal mind. This is Killer Conversation. You can follow and listen to Killer Conversation on Tuesdays in the 48 Hours podcast feed on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, to the third inning we go as Randy Arozarena leads it off. Buehler striked on the inside corner. He didn't get the chance to work out of it after the 2 disastrous innings at Yankee Stadium. A couple other times, though, this year, Lou, early innings have been a problem for Buehler, and he has righted the ship as Arozarena skies one into right field. Anthony Wright in front of the warning track is there to make the play.
Well, yeah, he has to. I mean, he's a veteran. He knows the way this works. He's got 54 pitches coming into this inning. Can't be sitting here giving 2 or 3 inning starts, right? Like, so how does he get through 5? Can he get a hitter in the 6th? I know you got Crochet the next tomorrow night and an off day on Thursday, so your bullpens should be in pretty good shape. But you got to get some innings out of him. He has to find it. Get to 3 more.
Here's Rowdy Tellez, who takes the fastball up and in for ball 1. That's it. You got Crochet tomorrow. Good chance to win the series, but you do not want to get deep into the bullpen here tonight. And it's still only the 3rd inning. Here's a hard ground ball foul. On the first base side, Tellez triggered the rally in the last inning.
Well, you get your leverage guys you're not going to touch, right? Unless you kind of crawl back into this thing. So you got to try to keep it 5. Try to get a little bloop and a blast, turn it into a 5-2 game, and just see where this thing goes. But you got to imagine you're going to see Kelly, maybe Alcala.
Absolutely.
His first outing.
Yes, he will pitch tonight. Here's a 1-1 swung on and miss. Good curveball there from Walker, and it's 1-2. It does feel like at times, Lou, Buehler on his way back from injury, trying to find his sea legs again, does need a little jostling sometimes. The 1-2 is fouled off. By that I mean he gets hit very hard, and then all of a sudden he sits down, he thinks, and he comes back and looks like a totally different pitcher.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's already 4 on the board, right? Tonight, 5. Right?
Yeah.
We've seen it before.
1-2. That is strike 3 called on the inside corner. Fastball. Actually, a changeup at 91. 2 down. If you're looking for a warm, vibrant community for mom or dad, River Spring Living truly feels like home. I've been there many times, and I've seen it. The care and connection that makes that place so very special. Schedule a tour today at riverspringliving.org. 5-0 Mariners. 2 down. Pitch to Dom Canzone is a strike on the outside corner. He is in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Infinity of Westboro. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That was a great curveball from Buehler. He's found a little something here, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? If he had found this, like that sinker, first pitch to Canzone was beautiful, right? Inner half, came back. If he'd hit that for just one hitter last inning, he might have got out of it.
0-2, down and in. Slider that time. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Get you the New England Chevy dealers question of the day. It's Sox booth. Which starter outside of Crochet do you believe in the most going forward is Buehler? This is with a sinker outside, 2-2. Bayo, Giolito, Buehler, Dobbins. Tell you what, Hunter Dobbins is on a heater right now. Giolito looked fabulous last night. 2-2 pitch. Chopper foul. First base side.
Should be Bayo, right?
I would think so.
I mean, and whether you feel that way or not,
it needs to be.
It needs to be. It should be Brian Bayo.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Curveball, again fouled off. Julio Rodriguez ducking out of the way. He does seem like a delightful young man, J-Rod does. Always smiling, seems to be a true leader of this team. Not producing just yet in the way that he often does. 2-2 the pitch. Hard ground ball to first, diving play by Toro. He can't get there. It's over the bag and into the corner. They're going to test it, and Roman bobbles off the sidewall there, and it is a 2-out double for Canzone. It just went past the dive of Toro. Another hit here for the Mariners, and that'll bring up Ben Williamson.
I mean, I don't know how he hits this ball. This is a cutter that if he swung and missed, it might have hit his back shoulder. Like up, and in. And he just sort of turns on it, gets enough of it right over that first base bag.
You've never been at a party in your life and heard that song, have you?
Every wedding.
Here's a pitch to Ben Williamson that misses for ball 1.
Every single wedding, Will.
Five 5-0 Mariners. 2 down, a runner at second in this bottom of the third. The pitch. Strike has to be a fastball. That's what he needs right there. Anger. 95, 1-1.
Yeah, more importantly, down and away. Like just the location again. He didn't know where any fastballs were going, let alone sliders.
1-1 the pitch. Fouled back. He loses his helmet, does Williamson. That was a little bit of a hanging slider, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. High fly foul on the first base side. League leaders in who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James. Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining. At Drains by James, They give a poop about your pipes. It's all Aaron Judge these days. The 1-2 is a breaking ball. Sweeper that misses outside, and it's 2-2.
You know, you mentioned Yankees lost 4-0. Aaron Judge 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. In the month of June, he has 53 plate appearances and 26 strikeouts.
Amazing. 2-2. Foul back to the screen. He hit the homer against Dobbins, but really other than that, of course, he hit the 9th inning bomb against Crochet. That's about all. Lowest batting average against in the American League, Carlos Rodon, 178 against. 2-2. That is strike 3 called. Fastball on the outside corner, and the inning is over. Much more like it from Buehler. We go to the 4th inning. 5-0 though, Mariners in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Sail away on the Black Island Ferry. Take a trip back to carefree times. Leave today, Black Island awaits you. Just leave your troubles behind.
Your Black Island getaway starts as soon as you board. Enjoy the ride and some fresh ocean air on our traditional or high-speed ferries from Point Judith. Visit blackislandferry.com or call 866-783-7996 for more information.
History That Doesn't Suck is a legit, seriously researched, hard-hitting history podcast told through entertaining stories. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You want to grow your business. I mean, who doesn't? Constant Contact's marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective. Even if you know nothing about marketing, you can easily create email, text, social, events, and digital campaigns in just a few clicks. It's why over 500,000 business owners trust Constant Contact for their digital marketing needs. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to ConstantContact.com. ConstantContact.com.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Abraham Toro trying to spark a rally here for the Red Sox as Seattle leads 5-0 in the top of the 4th inning. Brian Wu has looked fabulous. Red Sox without a hit through 3. The pitch is a little bit outside. So earlier today, Rafi Devers introduced to the people of San Francisco, and I think it goes without saying that he said one thing that will irritate Red Sox fans and executives and teammates more than anything. The 1-0 soft ground ball back toward the mound of the first base side. Wu decides to barehand. He throws to first in time, and Toro is gone for out number 1. And that is when asked, well, what do you want to do here? He said, I will play anywhere the Giants want me to. And this afternoon, he took ground balls at first base.
For the first time all year. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel. Right, if I was a teammate of his.
Yes, you do know how you'd feel.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Yes.
We wanted you to play there. Our first baseman got blown out. Everybody wanted you there. You made it personal. I get it. Red Sox ownership, management, whatever. They screwed it up in camp. They should have communicated better. But your first baseman blew his knee out. And it would help us if he went to first.
Roman Anthony takes a fastball outside. It's insane to me, Lou. As we said yesterday, Rafi gave us so many great moments. We loved the hitter. For a long time, he was such an affable, agreeable young man. 1-0 to Anthony. 5-0 Mariners in the 4th inning. Pitch is foul on the third base side. But in the moment, we all said it. You lose your first baseman, pick up a glove. Volunteer to do it. It doesn't matter who's communicated what the feelings have been hurt, whatever. So that was episode 1 of the story. But he wouldn't do it. The 1-1 is foul. He takes a violent swing. It is so insulting to the people in that dugout right now on the third base side, to the manager, to the general manager, to the guy who gave him $300+ million, that today he's willing to put on a first baseman. It is. There's just no other way to see that. I'm sorry. That is black and white, and it is absurd. 1-2 to Roman Anthony. Deep breath by Wu. He throws, and Roman fouls it off.
Yeah, I would agree, because I think from day one he went to third base, and he's still a young guy. He's 28, but it always felt like it was inevitable. Now you got to wait and see what Tristan Casas was, but Tristan has been hurt his whole career. But it was inevitable that he would eventually go to first base and play first, just like Vlad Guerrero Jr. did.
1-2 down in the dirt. It's one thing for the guys in the clubhouse while he's here to say, we want him to hit. We're good with him. We're fine. There's no big problem, which is the way baseball clubhouses work. That's just the way this sport is.
Yeah, and I saw Pete Abraham had a report, right, about how Rafi had told the Red Sox, I'd play first if you just leave me there and don't move me back.
2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a changeup. I'm not sure I believe that.
No, I definitely don't believe that, given what you know. The thing is that Pete Abraham's in San Fran right now, so where do you think he's getting that from?
The agent of Rafi Devers.
So, yeah.
So here now with 2 down and the base is empty, Carlos Narvaez.
If Rafi Devers went over to first base and played there, he'd still be here. Period.
He should have from the beginning. Here's the pitch to Narvaez, and a strike on the outside corner. 5-0 Mariners in the top of the 4th. It was predictable in a way that day one out in the Bay, he would do that. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And a broken back grounder towards shortstop. Crawford comes in, bare hands, and throws to first in time. The inning is over. 1-2-3 for Wu. He is rolling. 3.5 in the books. 5-0 Mariners in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Hi, everybody. It's Brian Green from the Commercial Break Podcast. It's likely you've heard of the show if you're directly related to me or you follow our MySpace page. But I'm not here to talk to those 3 listeners. I'm here to appeal to people who haven't heard the show. Along with my co-host, Kristen Joy Hoadley, we're taking a deeper look at the topics that are affecting our youth today. Like, who are the people who are dating ghosts? Where did all these pickup artists come from? And why doesn't my preacher have a nicer private jet? We understand that these are the issues you really want to get to the bottom of. The Commercial Break is now available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
On we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-0 Mariners. Cole Young, the 9-hole hitter, to lead it off against Walker Buehler, who's found it a little bit. After the 5-run second, a fastball here is a strike to Young. 0-1. So Rafi Devers, we're talking about it. He took ground balls at first base today, which again is just such the ultimate slap in the face to everybody. It's associated with this organization. The 0-1 is swung on a missed cut fastball, and it's 0-2. If you don't see it that way, I don't know what to tell you. That's what it is.
Well, the frustrating thing for me is, like I said, if he was willing to play first like he is with the Giants for this team and played there, he'd still be here.
0-2 is up and away.
And the fact that he's not here, as we said yesterday, your team isn't as good. Your lineup isn't as good without Rafi Devers. So that's where my anger comes in.
1-2 is chopped toward first, and a fair ball over the bag. Toro couldn't get there. Anthony picks it up. Young will hold at first. That looked like it was hooking wide of the bag, but that's 2 balls with eyes right over the first base bag. And a leadoff hit for Cole Young. Raffy tonight, by the way, batting third, the DH. And just put the Giants ahead with an RBI double into that triples alley in right center field. It is so strange to see him in a Giants uniform. Here's J.P. Crawford. Buehler throws. Crawford takes a strike on the outside corner.
111. Raffy.
Of course. Well, we know what that's like. He's one of the elite hitters in the whole game. Meyer in at third, 0-1 to Crawford, and a high fastball. Misses, and it's 1-1. He is going to hit a lot of balls into the San Francisco Bay. They call it McCovey Cove out there in right field. He'll probably do it against the Red Sox this weekend. We know that about that hitter. He elevates in the big spots. 1-1 is a high fastball, 2-1. And we're not going to talk about this all week, although when we're in San Francisco and we see him, it'll be sort of unavoidable. But the more I talk to the Red Sox players and everybody involved, the more I totally understand it. 2-1. Buehler sets. He throws. And swing and a miss. The fact that David Ortiz, probably the most consequential player in Red Sox history, who took Raffy under his wing and taught him and tried to tell him what it meant to be the highest paid player, and in some ways the face of the franchise. The fact that David couldn't reach him for the last 2 weeks tells me a lot. 2-2. Buehler throws. Swinging a line drive into right field over the leap of Toro. That's a base hit. Young round second. He heads for third. Anthony has been busy out in right field. And the Mariners have him at first and third. So loud contact again here against Buehler. They'll ride him for a while. If you're not returning calls and texts for David Ortiz, if you look the owner in the face when he flies to Kansas City and still say, I will not do what you asked me to do, and then after a trade, say to your new team, I will do whatever it is that you asked me to do.
Yeah, that was, and you knew it was coming too, but it's still hard to hear it, right?
Here's Julio Rodriguez. The pitch is inside, a fastball, and it's 1-0.
Meanwhile, Walker, you're trying to get length. He's up to 85 pitches. He had 75 coming into this inning. You're saying, okay, can he maybe get me 5? And now you wonder if he can get out of this 4th.
1-0 is outside. He just does not have it tonight, Buehler. He's fought. He's dug deep, but he just does not have either control or command.
No, and he's not going to be happy about this. But I'd say, after the last week and a half, 10 days, there was going to be a start like this.
Yep, 2-0 strike on the outside corner.
And I don't want to say it's easy to deal with because, it's always going to be ugly. He's going to be really upset and not happy about it. But you were getting 1 or 2 of these a week for a month, it felt like, right?
Yeah, you can brush it aside the way they've started lately. 2-1 to Julio with first and third, no outs. The pitch, runner goes from first, throw to second. They throw through and they don't get him. Foot first slide for Crawford. And so, aggression from the Mariners with a 5-run lead. Zach Kelly's up in the Red Sox bullpen. 4th inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now. CarsForKids.com, and that is Cars with a K. 5-0. Ground ball to first. Runners will not advance. Toro gloves and steps on the first base bag. Rodriguez is gone for out number 1. I don't know about you, Lou. I know it's a 5-0 game, but I'm putting Raleigh on right here. I am.
Yeah. It doesn't look like Cora or Bailey or anybody is even thinking about it. I always wonder if this is like a 2-pitch at bat. You try to get him to fish, an 0-2 pitch right away. If it's 2-0, then you put him on.
I tried to get you to fish today. The pitch to Raleigh is a high fastball. That's ball 1.
So I caught 2 of these coho salmon.
Yep.
But I lost 3 of them. So I was 2 for 5. I understand the numbers. You might lose half, but I was below that. So I wasn't very good.
1-0 is swung on a miss. They throw behind to third. Not in time. Very close. Red Sox will check the video room. Cole Young. That was close. Good play there by Narvaez. They will not look.
Yeah, that was, especially with the lefty up, right? It's a clear path for Narvaez to throw down to third base, trying to get an aggressive Young leading off. And Meyer just really wasn't at the bag to kind of slap the tag on him. You got to get to that base and try to get the tag down.
1-1. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Now the math changes. A cutter, and it's 1-2. They're hard to get in the boat. We hooked a bunch of them, but the last, 20 yards are the hardest.
We caught 5.
Yeah.
We hooked 9.
Yeah.
We lost 4. I lost 3 of them.
Well,
what does that tell you?
Well, you're like a hitter. You remember the line drives right at somebody.
I don't know. Italian, we like to work with other things. Our hands.
1-2 is a hard ground ball inside the first base bag, and 2 runs are going to score. Rowley has got 6 runs batted in, and it is 7-0 Mariners on a 1-out double. I know it's 5-0, but to me, pitching to him is begging for trouble. And actually, that's going to be the last pitch that Buehler throws. Even more hard to figure. They leave him in to face Rowley, and now he's done. Zach Kelly is coming on. And in the shadows of the home of the Seattle Seahawks, we got a football score. 7-0 Mariners, and it's still just the 4th inning. Cora's going to go to the bullpen. Pitching change and slow down in the action brought to you by Izervay. Kelly on after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Just like our hometown legends of the Diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars, we help people buy them.
Zach Kelly is on. Still just in the 4th inning. The Red Sox have been riding high. They won 6 straight games on the backs of great starting pitching. It's sort of a reversal in fortunes on all those counts here tonight. Walker Buehler, amazingly, now for the second time in 3 starts, has given up 7 runs. And actually, a great one against Tampa Bay last time, but if you take that one out, still on the hook for Rowley, but 19 runs in his last 11 1/3 innings. That's just very hard to survive as a big league club.
Yeah, I mean, he's failed to kind of, you look at his last, since coming off the IL, we know 2 1/3 he was tossed, but that 2 innings against New York. You mentioned 10 hits against Atlanta, gave up 5 runs right before that. He looked outstanding his last outing. I don't know what happened here.
Runner goes, and a pitch to the backstop. Breaking ball from Kelly. Been a great week for the Red Sox. The drama around Devers notwithstanding, this night is one to forget.
Well, now they're just sort of, Cal Rowley, it's his first stolen base of the year. Just like we saw Rowdy Tellez get his first stolen base of the year. And now, Kelly didn't even look at him. Bring the infield in. Infielders can relax a little bit because Cal's not really going to push the envelope here. He's going to see it through the infield.
Infield in with 1 out. 7-0 Mariners. The pitch is a little bit low. Change up, and it's 2-0. Buehler is like Chris Sale and so many other Red Sox starters. He's going to be the first guy to say that it was unacceptable what he did tonight, the 2-0. High fly into left field. Should be deep enough to get the run in. Rowley tagging at third. He comes home. Duran's throw also home, but not in time. Foot first slide for Rowley, and it's 8-0 Mariners. Sac fly for Polanco. You know, waiting on news from Cutter Crawford. His rehab continues to be sort of stunted. Richard Fitz is on the mend. Kyle Harrison comes over from the San Francisco Giants. I don't think it's an exaggeration, Lou, to say that right now Walker Buehler, in the next couple of weeks, his spot in the rotation could very much be in jeopardy.
Well, he'll put his work in. I think he'll have game 1 in Anaheim.
Here's a Rosarena, swing and a miss.
He's just in the spot where there's not much wiggle room, right? Like, if he comes back out and gives you 6, quality start, you're fine. You can chalk it up as guy coming back, trying to find it out. But if there's another one of these, could be some growing concern.
0-1 is a strike on the outside corner. You made the point. I mean, the Red Sox starters have been so great, but for the 2 weeks prior, this happened like every other night. And you cannot win when you give up this many runs. 0-2 is outside.
I mean, it would happen one time through. Right? Like, there was just too much of it early on.
Well, he looks totally crestfallen in the dugout. He's totally accountable, of course. 1-2. Pitch is swung on a miss to Rosarena. Flailed at a sweeper. And the inning is over. However, the Mariners score 3 more. 8-0 after 4. Shaw's and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a backseat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Art, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Marcelo Meyer leads it off for the Red Sox in the top of the 5th inning. Is 8-0 Seattle. Pitch to Marcelo. Thought he had a homer his first time. Deep fly ball to left center field. Takes a pitch from Wood down and in. Herb Chambers batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers Volvo Cars of Norwood. Play him on the infield pole. 1-0. Marcelo rips one into right field, and that's down for a base hit. That is encouraging. Those are 2 great swings. That's one of the great right hitters. Of course, Wu is pitching to the score, but still. Meyer laser beam, and he's aboard to begin the 5th.
Well, first hit for the Sox. Second ball that Meyer really just smokes here. Gets on that fastball. And I think he's just loving seeing fastballs, to be honest with you. I think he has seen so much spin and changeups.
So is Roman.
Yep.
Here's Trevor's Story. Got his first time. The pitch is inside, a fastball. Garrett Crochet's on the mound tomorrow for the Red Sox, so no matter what happens tonight, not looking all that good. Chance to win the series here. Then an off day, and then Devers in San Francisco on Friday. 1-0. Pitch is swung on a miss. Rafi, in the press conference today, said a lot of the right things. I'm looking for a new opportunity. I'm grateful to the Red Sox for giving me a chance, for signing me, for bringing me to the big leagues. This is a new start for me. 1-1 to Story. Pitch fouled off into the mitt. As Craig Breslow said, he admits that he wishes he could go back and maybe communicate differently, make Devers feel better about things in spring training and the offseason. But I don't see how anybody could read what Devers did today as anything other than kind of an insult to his teammates here and the entire organization. I just think it's pretty black and white in a lot of ways. 1-2 to Trevor's Story. Meyer leads at first. Pitch is inside. I also think when you listen to the guys in the clubhouse, the message is pretty almost silently loud, if that makes any sense. No one is saying anything other than we're moving forward. We're ready. 2-2. High pop-up on the first base side of the infield. Tellez in foul ground is there to make the play. 1 out.
Yeah, I would agree with that as far as the comments from that dugout. I think Duran was the interesting one. When he's like, when something small like this happens, there's nothing you can do but move on. And someone's like, small? You lost Devers. It's kind of big, isn't it? He's like, well, what do you mean? Who's making it a big deal? You have 25 guys pulling in, same direction. Like, I believe in everybody here. Like, it just seemed like he was just like, what are you talking about? Like, which blows my mind because it's still Rafi Devers.
No doubt. Here's David Hamilton, who takes a pitch low for ball 1. 8-0 Mariners in the top of the 5th inning.
And you're on this little run here because basically you're starting pitchers are throwing shutouts. You're scoring less than 3 runs a game in this 6-game winning streak. There's going to be a point where they're going to give up 3 or 4, and you're going to have to score 5 runs to win a ball game.
It's harder without Rafi.
It's a lot harder without Rafi.
He loved hitting in this ballpark where he had his first homer and an opening day homer 2 years ago. Hamilton grounded to short his first time, 2-0 with Meyer at first, 1 down in this 5th inning. Pitch. Hamilton takes a strike in the outside corner.
You can look at it both ways. I mean, that's always the right way to look at it, right? Like, for the team, it doesn't make them better. It doesn't help this lineup.
No.
But then you hear him today, and you're like, dude, if you're playing first, you would be here. You play first for the next 5 or 6 years for the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, and this team would be better. The 2-1 is outside. And in a lot of ways, no matter how it was communicated, that's all anybody ever asked.
Yeah, and
really.
I don't believe that he said if I play first, leave me there, and I'd be fine. Nope. I don't believe they told him to put his glove away in spring training at all. He refused to take the field.
You don't have to believe. He didn't. They didn't say that. We know that. 3-1, the pitch is outside, ball 4, so Hamilton draws a walk. And the Red Sox have 2 on with 1 out. Take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
With Fleming, Lou Maloney in Seattle. Red Sox trailing the Mariners 8-0. Rob Refsnyder bats with 2 on and 1 out. Subaru New England scoreboard. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 25 Subaru at Subaru of NewEngland.com. The Yankees have lost. They got shut out again by the LA Angels, 4-0 the final there. Baltimore beats Tampa Bay 5-1. And the Blue Jays fell earlier tonight.
They actually won.
Oh, they did. They came back, win that game.
They had a home run in the bottom of the 9th. Wow. Mo Bichette tied it. Barger walked it off. Back-to-back homers.
Special sauce going right now in Toronto. So they're very close to the Yankees now. Here's Refsnyder. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch is a strike. Fastball in the outside corner. Entering play today, New York atop the American League East. 5.5 ahead of the Red Sox. The 0-1 is a foul back to the screen by Refsnyder. They were 2.5 clear of Tampa, 4 games clear of Toronto, so now it's a 3-game lead over the Blue Jays. It remains 2.5 over the Rays. They just have not hit the Yankees at all. 0-2 to Refsnyder, trying to find a way to get in this thing. The pitch is up and in. Fastball, 1-2 with Rafaela on deck. Red Sox code word of the game, 2004 champs, 2004 champs. Enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. 1-2. Pitch fouled back.
You don't see Rob Refsnyder hitting 8th.
Wow.
right? Like, first off, normally he's getting his starts against lefties, and when he does, he's now hitting leadoff, or he's hitting third, or he's hitting fourth, right? Depending on who's healthy. But against right-handers, I think this is kind of where you're at. Like, where's that DH spot coming from? Last night it was Campbell. Tonight it's Ref Snyder. They continue to move guys around.
1-2. It's a high fly foul on the first base side.
And you're a couple days away from getting a Bregman back.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he'll be with the club Friday in San Francisco. That'll be Nate Eaton, I would assume. Nate is here again in Seattle. But then when Masataka Yoshida gets activated, things get a little bit more complicated. I mean, you're without Devers, so that opens up the spot, obviously. What's the other move? 1-2, the pitch is very close. But a ball. I think it's been a very good strike zone from Sean Barber tonight. That was a ball, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, good slide just off, but it was down.
This guy, Brian Wu, is so impressive. 2-2. Pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball in under the hands. Power, and they're 2 away.
Well, the fastball is just so good here from Will. And again, low release point, very unique fastball. He is throwing fastball sinker combination almost 75% of the time, and is walking through this lineup right now. 8 swing and misses on 13 swings with his fastball.
Well, that's how good a pitch it has been. 2 down. Here's Cedon with 2 on. He'll get a heater to start. The pitch is a fastball skied into right field. In and to his left is Canzone on the run. He's there to make the play. Inning over. We might need some Lou Maloney play-by-play in the 6th inning to spark a fire. It's 8-0 Mariners after the top of the 5th from the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
I'm Jordan Robinson, host of the new podcast, The Women's Hoop Show. Each episode, I'll be joined by a rotating group of women's basketball experts to talk WNBA, college hoops, the new Unrivaled League, and the shifting landscape of the sport. The game is growing, and so are we. Listen to and follow The Women's Hoop Show and Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel or that white chocolate mocha. Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Here at the Zebra, research shows the average person would rather endure a root canal than search for auto and home insurance.
Just try to relax.
Okay.
Or be trapped in a car for 8 hours with toddlers on a sugar high. Or remove a nest of irate hornets. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving. I think I'll wait inside.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Roddy Tellez to lead it off against Zach Kelly in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's all Mariners, 8-0. First pitch strike on the outside corner. I will not let this dampen what was a beautiful day for us, Lou. I feel like the score is not what we wanted. 0-1. Strike on the outside corner. However, hard to have a better road day than we did. Picked up a little bit before 9 o'clock today and headed out to the water. Let's put some lines in the Puget Sound and hauled in some salmon. With Mount Rainier glistening in the sunlight, it was just a fabulous day. 0-2 to Tellez. Kelly stands tall. He throws. and a high fly back over the screen behind home plate. It's 0-2.
Still a beautiful night here, too.
It is.
Just unfortunately, Walker really didn't have much, didn't have location, didn't know where anything was going, and almost got out of a jam in that second inning, but just walked three guys.
He really did. 0-2, swing and a miss. Kelly blows Tellez away. There's one away.
Still big outings for Zach, right? Kelly, it's the 5th inning here. You figure Cora's going to get into this game. Guerrero's probably going to get into this game, but you still got 4 innings to finish this off, right? You got to go out there and execute, build some confidence.
Here's Dom Canzone, left-handed hitter. The pitch. Chopper up the middle. The shortstop Story to his left. He's got it. Goes to first, and they're 2-away. Would you have ever imagined that the Florida Panthers would be an NHL dynasty? They are. They just won another Stanley Cup, blowing out the Edmonton Oilers. Bennett, the Stanley Cup Finals MVP.
Marchand.
Wow.
Another cup for Brad Marchand.
And by the way, that's the best trophy in sports, and it's not close. 2 down, bases empty. Ben Williamson, right-handed hitter, swing and a miss. Nothing quite like the NHL playoffs either. They're skating it around with their hands held over their heads, and just the blood, sweat, and guts that are put into those playoffs are really unlike any other sport. 0-1, 2 down in the 5th. The pitch is outside. Everybody plays injured. They takes pucks off the face. They come right back in.
I like the handshake.
Yes.
At the end of the series, because it gets rough. Like from game 1, there's hate, there's cheap shots.
1-1.
Maybe somebody gets hurt because of a cheap shot. It's emotional. And then they shake hands at the end. It's kind of a nice touch.
It is. Sportsmanship. 8-0 Mariners here. 2 down. The 2-1 is chopped toward third. Backhanded by Meyer. In foul ground, he throws to first. Are you kidding me? That is awesome from Marcelo. That is a Gold Glove play at third base. That's just absolutely spectacular to get Ben Williamson. Wow. Inning over. We go to the 6th inning. 8-0 Seattle on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
I'm Rhett.
And I'm Link.
And we're the hosts of the podcast Ear Biscuits. We're just 2 lifelong friends who've been talking about life for a long time.
From being dads to businessmen to all the random things we experience, nothing is off limits.
And now we're talking to you. We're answering your questions, giving advice that you may or may not want to take, and listening to your hilarious stories.
So leave us a voicemail to be part of the show at
1-888-EARPOD1 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Jeffrey Glassman Injury Attorneys have been Boston's go-to injury attorneys for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you've got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. That's 617-777-7777.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Jaron Durant leads it off in the 6th inning. It is 8-0 Seattle. Brian Wu throws, and Durant takes a fastball for a strike. Red Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. Red Sox with only 1 hit. Came from Marcelo Myers. Duran chops one on the first base side. Tellez plays the second hop. Easily walks it to the bag. And there's one away. If you want to win free groceries for a year and prices like $500 in Shaw's gift cards or your kid, to be an honorary bat kid, enter the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. Spend $50, get your code, and enter official rules at GrandSlamSummerSweeps.com.
Showing that play by Marcelo again. Ooh. Caught that backhand, ran into foul territory towards the third base coach, spun and threw a perfect one hop to Toro.
Here he is, by the way, Toro. Strike on the outside corner. Lou, every part of that play was really good. I mean, it wasn't an easy pick. He's going into foul ground. He knows exactly when to get rid of it. And a money throw on one hop. 0-1, foul off.
Had enough arm strength to beat it there, right? You could throw it on one hop. You could good location, but off balance, you could have nothing on the throw. He could just beat it out. Kind of had it all in that play.
It's one thing to hear about a kid. It's another to watch them for a week or two, as we have with Marcelo. 0-2 is a ground ball up the middle, right at the second baseman, Young. He throws to first, and Toro is gone for out number 2. Aren't his instincts and actions on the infield just really, really great?
Yeah, no, he's probably the best infielder we have seen here as far as coming up to an organization, right? Like, Story's obviously very solid. Bregman's very good. And then there's Marcelo. Like, he just looks like he could play anywhere.
And he plays the left side, which is so impressive. Here's Roman Anthony, who takes a pitch down. And do you think he's the most polished infield defender since Pedroia?
Yes. Yeah, I don't think it's close.
Yeah. And again, no disrespect to Petey, who was one of the great second basemen, but Marcelo's doing it on the other side. Want to know, the pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Both are wonderful. If Marcelo becomes anywhere near the defender that Pedroia was, he'll have a hell of a career.
Petey was fantastic.
Yeah.
Turning double plays, his range was outstanding.
1-1. Here's the pitch. Roman swings and misses. Good changeup, and it's 1-2.
Who's been going to this changeup a lot now? He really established a heater early on. He was mentioned like almost 75% fastballs. He's four-seamer and sinker, but this inning here, he's really kind of going to this changeup.
1-2. He takes another deep breath. He throws. Anthony takes a fastball outside. You see a lot of pitchers, Lou. There are not many that are young that I'd build around more than this guy. And I mean that. He absolutely looks like the real deal. 2-2. Pitch is a check swing. He did not go on a fastball outside. It's 3-2.
It's his 14th start of the year. He has gone 6 innings or more in every single one of them.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
This guy who they took a flyer on in the 6th round after he missed his senior year at Caltech with an arm injury. And he's been unreal. 3-2. That's strike 3. Taken right there on the inside corner. Roman knew it. And the inning is over. 8-0 Mariners. Bottom 6 next to the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a backseat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Well, we head to the bottom of the sixth. Zach Kelly's night is over. It's going to be lefty Brennan Bernardino back into this game. A little surprised maybe seeing Bernie. I've been using him so much here in the ball game here, down 8-0. He's going to face 9-1-2. It's the lefty Cole Young, who was 2 for 2 in this game. Doubled back in the second inning, scored a run. Singled back in the fourth to start the fourth, scored a run. The bottom of the order struggles continue here for the Red Sox.
I thought you were about to go play-by-play. You'll definitely do it when the Red Sox hit in the seventh. You got to do that. It is 8-0. It's 0-2. Bernardino, so heavily used to pitch in the dirt outside. And it's 1-2 to Young. Isn't that amazing? What do you think that is? I've never want to attribute it to focus or effort, but maybe taking the foot off the gas just a little bit at the bottom of the order.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. I think at one point the 8-9 hitters are hitting 280 off the Red Sox.
1-2 is a beauty. Swung on and missed. Good curveball there from Bernardino, and there's one away.
On base percentage, like they walk the bottom of the order, it seems like an awful lot.
I think you can use Bernardino here. You can use everybody, really, because you got Crochet tomorrow and then an off day Thursday. But Bernardino, you got to feel like his arm is dangling a little bit as a pitch misses outside for ball one. Bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again with NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0. I just went back into the men's room and washed my hands as 2 baseballs get thrown out at Bernardino. One from Narvaez, one from the home plate umpire, Sean Barber. And he ducks out of the way. But I realize my face now looks like the inside of a co-host, Sam, and I got the sunglass goggle look on my face. What in the world? Crossing wires between umpire and catcher. 2-0. Pitch is outside to J.P. Crawford, 3-0.
Yeah, I don't know why Narvaez actually threw the ball to him, because the ball got away. Obviously, it's in the dirt. You get a new ball, so the umpire threw it to him, but Narvaez picked the ball up and threw it to him as well.
8-0 gets everybody as the pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Three balls and a strike. One down, base is empty. Here it is. That's a strike. Inside corner. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. You're here for the Jimmy Fund. You're here for good. Three, 2 to Crawford. Pitch. Called a ball.
Wow.
That was right there. The called ball for, and Crawford is aboard.
Good pitch. Sinker right there, down and away. Caught a lot of this. A lot of the plate. Wow.
So now here's Julio. Part of that massive 5-run rally in the second inning that changed this whole game. The pitch to him is just inside. Look, this is going to be a night where Alcala throws. You would imagine that maybe Luis Guerrero will throw as well. They're going to use the guys they don't think they need tomorrow with Crochet and this weekend in San Francisco.
Well, even though you got Crochet going tomorrow, I mean, you still...
1-0. Where'd that miss?
You don't use guys just to use them, right? So, yeah. And you also can't bank on him giving you 7.
Every time.
I mean, you like to think he would. But you don't want to use Wilson. You don't want to use Weiser.
Still just the 6th inning. 2-0 is a line drive up the middle into center field. That's a base hit. Crawford up to second where he will hold. You know, it's not exactly rocket science, Lou. I mean, Bernardino, so overused in the month of May, 17 appearances. And it's not exactly a shock that he's not been the same pitcher in June.
Yeah, no, last few outings has been some frustration. Even though I think Crawford struck out. No, he gets Cal Raleigh, but from the right side, still dangerous.
2 on, 1 out. The pitch way outside. 16 appearances in May with a earned run average of .71. Unbelievable. This month coming in 5 outings, 3 1/3 innings with 6 earned runs on 9 hits. As Raleigh takes strike, curveball in there, and it's 1-1. Raleigh has driven in 6 runs tonight. The Mariners lead at 8-0. There's another strike.
You know, the scary thing with Cal Raleigh is that he's actually better versus lefties. I mean, he's got 18 home runs against righties, 8 against lefties, but the plate appearances, 8 home runs and only 88 plate appearances, 296. Both OPSs just shy of 1,000 from both sides of the plate.
1-2. High fly into shallow right field. Anthony coming on. Over goes the second baseman, Hamilton, and David is there to make the play. Nicely done. 2 down. You know, Lou, we say this a lot about Jose Ramirez, and this has been a breakout season for Cal Raleigh. But I'm not sure there are many players in the game less properly rated than Cal Raleigh. Switch hitting, power hitting, dominant catcher.
Yeah. Well, for years it was, for a couple years, at least for one, it was Adley Rutschman.
Yeah.
You know, he is the future at the catcher position. Well, the last 2 years he has fallen off, and Cal has just taken off.
2 on, 2 out for Polanco. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Adley made a little bit of an adjustment, a little bit more toe tap, but he's actually taken off a little bit. Not a coincidence. Heroes have played better since he's been turned around. Cubs beat the Brewers earlier today, 5-3, the 0-1. He's a little bit outside. What a series in L.A. Dodgers and Padres. Shohei Ohtani returned last night. Triple digits on the mound. That is right now one of the most heated rivalries in the game. The 1-1 is a strike on the outside corner. Kansas City went to Texas and won 6-1. As Polanco asks for time. One ball, 2 strikes. Bernardino throws and a changeup misses. It's 2-2.
The changeup's been really good for him this year. He really just threw it this offseason. He had a little talk at the end of last year to guys like Refsnyder and Romy. He said, "How would you hit me?" And both of them came with the same response. You don't have a changeup.
2-2. High fly into right field. Anthony coming on, and Roman is there to make the play. And the inning is over. He does have one now. And he navigates the 6th inning effectively. 8-0 Mariners lead after 6 in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river.
do the do.
Sometimes when life brings you change, you also have to change your health coverage. Like when you're having a baby, or getting married, or turning 26 and aging off your parents' plan, or even when you're no longer covered by insurance you had through your job. At HealthSource RI, we can help you change coverage to keep up with these life changes and others. Learn about all the life events and changes that may qualify you for health coverage at healthsourceri.com.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We go to the 7th inning. Red Sox trailing 8-0. Carlos Narvaez he's not really ready to hit, and so before even the first pitch was thrown, he asked for time. Brian Wu has been fabulous. 73 pitches through 6. First of the 7th is way up and in, and Carlos glares out at Wu. I don't think there was intent there, but when a hitter steps out like that, I think he's probably wondering a little bit. That one way too close to the kitchen.
Yeah, it's just too close. You know, especially to a guy that has been so locked in all day long. Like you said, you called the timeout before the first pitch. It shouldn't be a big deal.
1-0 is up and in again, and Carlos is staring out at him. What's that like, by the way, to smell and taste a fastball that close?
Well, the first one was just too close to the head. You want to miss me in the stomach area, midsection, that's one thing, but not up there.
2-0 is swung on and missed. Fastball, 94, and it's 2-1. Get you caught up in the Subaru of New England scoreboard. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Get your 25 Subaru. It's Subaru. NewEngland.com. Tigers just keep on doing it. They blasted the Pirates tonight, 7-3, 2-1. That's again up and in. I mean, what is he doing? That's 3 that are at least chest high near the head of Narvaez. And it's 3-1. Giants trail the Guardians with Raffy in the fold. He's 1 for 3 with a double and 2 strikeouts. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and in.
Fastball, he's just living with this fastball, and they can't touch it. Good 10 swing and misses on 15 swings. 67% is a ridiculous rate.
3-2. Swing and a foul. Out of play. It's looked that good, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's just pumping it. Again, something like that. Baseball loves this low release, and that's why the Red Sox think like Harrison, right? He's got a very unique, he's like this. He's got a very unique fastball. He just keeps coming with it. It's tough to pick up. Get that vertical ride from that low arm release point.
3-2. Foul back again, almost the same spot. Harrison, by the way, is in Worcester tonight. He arrived at Polar Park. He said, very excited to be here. And to quote him, he said, I'm stoked for the opportunity. Stoked.
You Calicut?
Definitely. 3-2. His little blooper foul on the first base side. Narvaez is really making him work here.
What do we got?
San Jose, California. I'm sure they're talking about our fishing adventures. Here, this is me casting. 3-2 to Narvaez. Pitch is fouled back to the screen. 8-0 Mariners. Had a good time in the Puget Sound today. We did. But you're right about Kyle Harrison. I mean, they've identified him for a long time. This guy with elite stuff. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch inside, he walked him again. I mean, clearly the plan was we're pitching him up and in. Red Sox will take it in an 8-run game, a leadoff walk in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, so Harrison will start down in AAA, and the biggest thing with him really is like you're trying to figure out what secondary pitch he has, because the fastball is a major league, big league dominant pitch at times, right? But the secondary stuff, he got a little slur. It's not working. The changeup isn't working. So what do? You go to a lab, right? You start messing around with grips. Maybe.
Here's Marcelo. Hard ground ball to first. Could be a reverse double play to second for 1. Relay to first 2. Double play. He's hit it hard tonight, but for the second time right into the defense, and they're 2 away. So they're not going to pitch Harrison right away. They want to tinker with some stuff, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they want to figure it out. And this is where, baseball 2025, you look at some biomechanics, you look at the arm, wrist, the elbow, everything else. The slurve, maybe that turns into a slider or a sweeper. The changeup. You start messing with, the kick change, all these different things, right? They can watch a guy throw and almost determine what pitch could come out of that arm slot.
When you get a chance to take a peek at the technology these people have these days, it is mind-blowing. And what you're talking about is Christian Campbell stands in as a pinch hitter here. 2 down in the top of the 7th. Pitch is a fastball called a strike on the inside corner. Campbell is hitting for Story, which makes a lot of sense. And then maybe Marcelo will play a little shortstop here tonight. 0-1. Pitch to Campbell. Soft ground ball to the shortstop. Crawford's got it. Throws to first. Picked out by Tellez. And the inning is over. I do want to get into Christian Campbell when we return and carry on with Kyle Harrison. 8-0 stretch time in Seattle in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Some people follow the rules, I break them. I'm Soraya, and on Rule Breakers, we talk to the rebels who do things their way. Listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
People always ask me, hey, Livy, what fuels you? Passion? Competition? The pursuit of greatness? None of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cooked-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Jorge Alcala is going to make his Red Sox debut against Dylan Moore. Defensive changes for the Red Sox. They'll leave Marcelo at third, Hamilton at shortstop with Campbell at second. And Nate Eaton comes on to give Kieran Durant a little time before the day game. This makes a lot of sense from Alex. We'll get the veterans who are going to be in there tomorrow looking for a series win. Crochet on the mound. Get them into the dugout as Dylan Moore stands in. Alcala throws a high pop-up behind first base. Foul. Abraham Toro is over and on one pitch. That's a really good start to the Red Sox career for Alcala, and there's one away.
Well, you only have two veterans out there. You're trying to rest Story, and then, it's tough to call Durant a veteran, too, with 3 years in the league, but it does make a lot of sense. Now, here comes Alcala. So he's got a really big fastball, 97, 98, good slider, curveball mix. Curveball's pretty good swing and miss pitch for him.
One out. Rowdy Tellez takes a ball. I do want to say that looking at his baseball reference page, there's an accent over the last A, so maybe it's Jorge Alcala.
We'll have to ask him.
We'll get it right. 1-0 pitch to Rowdy is a strike.
Problem is throwing strikes.
Yep.
All right, having good stuff and knowing where it goes. Talk about location. 24 1/3 with the Twins at 15 walks.
Parts of 7 years in the big leagues with Minnesota as Tellez swings at a pitch in the dirt, curveball, and it's 1-2.
Well, you can see why they'd be interested in the potentials there. He's had some big years, in 24 last year. He had 54 appearances for the Twins, had a 3.24 ERA.
Yep.
Walks were down. Didn't give up many hits. Punched out a guy an inning. It's a big arm. Just mechanically maybe try to find some things to get him in the zone a little bit more.
1-2. Pitch, foul back. I guess Kyle Harrison has worked out with Garrett Crochet in Arizona in the off seasons, which is a really cool thing. If the two of them can kind of get together. We've already learned this, Lou. I mean, Crochet, for all the natural stuff, he's also a leader. He is. He's in the video room with all the young pitchers. That could be a really important relationship as Tellez takes a breaking ball outside, 2-2.
Well, he's a lefty, power throwing lefty with a good fastball. It's a good combination. Good to have somebody like that to be able to talk to.
8-0 Mariners lead. Alcala gets a swing and a miss. Good curveball. Welcome to Boston. Jorge Alcala is a beauty. And they're 2 down.
I mentioned that curveball is his swing and miss pitch. It can be the put-away pitch, especially against lefties. He throws a beautiful one here. Hit 100 pitch before that in a fastball.
Why not? 7th inning brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for 30 years. Hurt in a car works accident. Get Glassman. All 7s at 617, and then all 7s is Dom Canzone. Brush back with a fastball, 1-0.
You know, these innings are confidence innings, not just for Alcala, joining a new team, but for Bailey and for Cora. I just still think, you got your high leverage guys, but who's after that?
No strike. Don't you think that's also true?
An inning and 2/3, but like you saw with Guerrero the other day, they brought him in a spot to try to hold a 4-run lead.
One fouled off.
Walks of guys, right? So it's like, okay. We already know. You know what that is. Whitlock. He's the other one. Who's that fifth arm?
1-2. Pitch. Bounces in. Breaking ball in the dirt. Bat boy came out to get it. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 8-0 Mariners. Bottom 7. 2-2 to Canzone. Alcala is ready. He winds, he throws.
take it. Whether it's one of a kind or one for your whole team, if you need it, we print it with 15% off select clothing at Vistaprint.com.
1-1 is outside, and I just think that's absolutely ridiculous. I do. I'm sorry. I reject that entirely. Our first baseman and third baseman are hurt. Would you be willing to think about this? How else do you ask it?
Yeah, I don't know how it was asked, but I would guess it would go something like that.
And
right?
Also, maybe you could be our DH now that we got the best third baseman in the American League last year. It's a swing and a miss by Refsnyder. It's 2-2. I'm sorry, Lou. Rafi, a delight to broadcast. A wonderful player, one of the great hitters in the American League. I don't want to hear these inside stories about how he felt like he was mismanaged or miscommunicated to as a 2-2 misses outside and it's 3-2. I don't have time for that kind of spin from his camp. He didn't help this team when they needed him desperately. Period. The 3-2 is swung on and missed. A fastball in on the hands, and they're 2 away. Maybe that's too sharp, but I really believe that. I do.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I'm not happy he's no longer here.
Of course not.
And the part that bothers me the most, that all this stuff about San Fran, he's going to be in there over the weekend against us. You know that, right?
He's going to play first base on Friday. I feel pretty good about that. Cedar Rafaela takes a pitch outside, ball 1. How that'll go is another story, but I really believe he'll do it.
Yeah, me too. And at some point, and I just keep saying, like, if he was willing to go there, he would still be here. And he'd be batting second here in this lineup tonight, giving him a better chance to win.
And as Cedar fouls one back to the screen, it is now 1-1. 8-0 Mariners in the top of the 8. What's different about playing first base there or here? I don't understand. The pitch is fouled straight back by Rafaela. The Mariners Legumina trying to get through this 8th inning. Again, the bat is unbelievable. The production off the charts. 1-2 is swung on and fouled into the mitt of Rowley, and Rafaela is gone. But there was a disconnect here, and the sort of retroactive spin game, I'm not here for any of that. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 8-0 Mariners in the Shaws and Star Market. WEI Red Sox.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
I don't know if you've heard, but IXL is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. My mom calls it healthy screen time. I call it fun. Although, I guess I'm learning too. While other kids are rotting their brains out, I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. IXL actually makes math fun. IXL works for busy kids and busy families like you. Start learning today at IXL.com.
I'm Emma Greed, and I've spent the last 20 years building, running, and investing in some incredible businesses. The more success I've had, the more people started coming to me with questions. How do you start a business? How do you raise money? How do I bounce back from failure? On my new podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, I'll be answering these questions and more through weekly conversations with the smartest minds out there. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Luis Guerrero's on for the bottom of the 8th. 8-0 Mariners swinging a foul back to the screen. Ben Williamson is the hitter. And it is 0-1. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan here to help you save this summer on Rogue and Pathfinders. Possibilities are endless. 0-1, Guerrero walked a couple the other night, forced Chapman into the game, spins a slider outside, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, and again, just like Alcala making his first appearance and Kelly coming in for an inning in 2/3. Big inning here, too, for Guerrero.
1-1. Over the glove of Guerrero towards second. Campbell's got it. He throws to first in time, and there's one away.
You just want to build some confidence. Of course, it's a lot different being up 8-0 coming into a ball game with no fear of losing a game. So that's the difference between high leverage, low leverage. You have guys that come in when you're losing, guys that come in when you're winning. But it gives you an opportunity throwing well.
One down, bottom 8. Here's Cole Young. He takes the ball in the dirt. I will say this for these young relievers that come up. It's not easy. You're pitching at AAA, and all of a sudden you're thrown into the fires. Even if it is a 6-run game, you're not used to that adrenaline level. Clearly, Guerrero did not manage that all that great the other night. 1-0 to Young. The pitch is outside.
He's got to find the zone. That's all with him. He doesn't get hit very much. When he does get in problems, it's because he comes in and walks 2 out of the 3 guys he faces.
8 runs, 9 hits for the Mariners as Guerrero misses. And imagine, Lou, I think there's a real chance that had Marcelo not ripped that line drive into right field, we'd still have Wu on the mound, and we'd be talking about history here in Seattle.
Well, he was absolutely fantastic. It was 86 pitches. Through 7 innings, give 1 hit.
4-pitch walk to Cole Young. It's just getting out of control how often the Red Sox lose the 9-hole hitter. It's only 8-0 Mariners. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a problem so far.
Yeah, he's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, a double, an RBI, and a walk. Like 8-9, and it's the walks.
1 on, 1 out. Here's Jake Crawford. Yeah, you cannot give those guys free passes. Here's a little looper into right field. Roman coming on. He's there to make a chest high grab.
I think Devers is such a fascinating study for people in Boston.
Yep.
And that they want him all off the field because he's a bad defender. Then they want him all on the field. And then some people even went as far, especially notifying me on Twitter, that they should have traded him right away when he refused to. Then when they do, they're upset that they did.
Yeah.
And then when you dig into some of the information, it turns into, I don't want to hear it. I'm still just upset.
Dug in. Here's Miles Mastroboni, who takes a strike at the bottom of the zone. Always want the other side, don't they?
I don't know which side they look for, though. They bop back and forth.
8-0 Mariners, bottom 8.
Some people.
Pitch. High fly into right field. Roman's been busy tonight. He drifts into his left. He's there to make the play. We'll put a cap on this conversation when we come back. Top 9, 8-0 Seattle in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You want to grow your business. I mean, who doesn't? Constant Contact's marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective. Even if you know nothing about marketing, you can easily create email, text, social, events, and digital campaigns in just a few clicks. It's why over 500,000 business owners trust Constant Contact for their digital marketing needs. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. Get 25% off all plans for the first 3 months when you go to ConstantContact.com and use code LISTEN25 at checkout. ConstantContact.com with code LISTEN25.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
A spring evening is the ideal time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Sometimes when life brings you change, you also have to change your health coverage. Like when you're having a baby or getting married. or turning 26 and aging off your parents' plan, or even when you're no longer covered by insurance you had through your job. At HealthSource RI, we can help you change coverage to keep up with these life changes and others. Learn about all the life events and changes that may qualify you for health coverage at healthsourceri.com.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, the Mariners are going to bring in their closer, Andres Munoz, in the top of the ninth inning. It's clearly not worked enough of late. It is 8-0. Let's see Nate Eaton to lead it off.
Yeah, the last time he has thrown was the 9th.
Wow.
8-9 days ago. They just swept clean and they didn't use it.
Eaton, Toro, and Anthony due up in this ninth inning. Herb Chambers batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers Hyundai of Auburn. Is Eaton. Second big league game. First at bat, takes a strike on the outside corner. This guy's got a really pretty swing, does he? And he's a good athlete. He's got pull side power. Debuted a year ago with the Royals, and in his first big league game, at his first big league homer, swings through a fastball, and it's 0-2. The Red Sox, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Mariners. 0-2. Little looper to shallow center field. It is sinking, and it is down. Nate Eaton's got his first Red Sox hit to lead off. Top of the ninth inning. Make it the best night ever. Grab your friends, pick your numbers, and celebrate the night with Keno and the Mass State Lottery. You've got to be 18 years or older to play.
This guy Munoz is one of the best closers in the game. 18 saves, 1.3 ERA. He's really good. Slider, fastball will be 99. He'll hit 100. Good slider to go with it.
Abraham Toro batting from the left side, takes strike one. Anyway, just to tie a bow on the things we were talking about in the bottom of the 8th inning, I'm with you. I just don't understand why everything has to be so black and white. There are a lot of sides to every story. The 0-1 is fouled off, and I just don't understand, as more information comes out from players, from members of the club, people want to say that I'm sitting here being some propaganda arm of the club. Not true. I've talked to players myself, and I've learned a lot of new things about this whole deal. The 0-2 to Toro is chopped foul on the first base side.
Well, you mentioned Cotillo, Abraham out there against few reports, right? Cotillo with the whole, you got to ask me nice.
Come on.
Right? Few good men. I don't know. Abraham saying I'd be willing to go to first if you kept me there forever.
0-2 is outside.
So obviously it's coming from their camp. And there was
me on that wall.
There was a refusal to go there. I don't understand. Like, if he had even tried, if he was at first base, he would still be here and your offense would be better.
1-2. Pitch way outside.
It's just not true.
There's fault to go around. That's fine. They asked him 10, 15, 20 times to do it again. He said no every time. And by the way, that started in spring training. That's why David Ortiz got involved. 2-2. 8-0 Mariners in the ninth. The pitch to Toro, fouled on the first base side.
Well, I mean, do you really believe that Alex Cora didn't ask him nicely? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I get it. John Henry, I don't know, maybe even Breslow, whatever, Sam Kennedy, but you don't think Cora had to sit down with him and talk to him about doing it and he didn't ask him nicely?
I don't believe that. 2-2 to Toro. Leadoff man aboard. Pitch is swung on a miss. That was nasty. Great changeup. Attendance report brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. If you're craving fresh, hand-breaded chicken and chicken tenders, or all breast meat fried chicken sandwiches and nuggets. Crispy Crunchy Chicken delivers. Find a location. CrispyCrunchy.com. Maybe there was a disagreement internally about whether he'd be good over at first base. That's fine, too. It doesn't mean it wasn't in the best interest in the short term to have him play there, as Roman takes a strike on the outside corner.
Well, again, we're seeing Toro, we're seeing Romy. They're going for the balls to there, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're still doing it, too. Every first baseman's learning the position.
8-0 score as Anthony takes a pitch down. And by the way, the Giants with Raffy are in the bottom of the 8th inning. They trail 3-2. Devers with an RBI double. And 2 strikeouts out there. 1-1 to Anthony. First big league homer last night. The pitch, swing and a miss. Chased a high fastball at 100 miles an hour, and it's 1-2.
Oh, it's a good at-bat for Roman, right? To see this guy again. These guys seeing everybody for the first time. And this type of game, it just gets very selfish. You know, you get relievers trying to put up zeros no matter what the score is. You got hitters still working on things, and him seeing what a really good closer in this league looks like.
1-2, the pitch, way outside. I agree totally, right? You would never expect it in an 8-0 game. This is a great chance for Roma to see this stuff. He's 0 for 3 tonight with a couple strikeouts. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nate Eaton at first with 1 down. Pitch. Line drive, foul on the left field side. This guy's got such a different move, Lou, at the plate. Anthony does. He cocks the bat differently, stays on it. He kind of stays tall through the ball, and just electric hands.
Yeah, again, though, it's fun to watch. The reality is you're in the 3-hole.
Yep. 2-2, strike 3 call. You did not see that in AAA. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Munoz, a couple punch-outs, and they're 2 away.
That's that comeback sinker. 99 kind of throws it in. You see kind of Anthony kind of almost back up late, thinking that ball is in. It's tight to his body, and it comes over and gets the inner half.
8-0 Mariners, 2 down in the 9th. Narvaez in, the pitch to him, swinging at this. And it is a lot on Roman to bat third tonight. It's a lot on Meyer to be in the middle of the order, but that will change, Lou, when Abreu and Bregman return. It's just how they get through the time between now and then.
Yeah. Log every win you can get. Try to come out tomorrow, crochet, and win a series.
0-1. Chopper to short, should end it. Crawford is second. In time, and the ball game is over. 8-0. The Mariners beat the Red Sox to level this series. Walker Buehler. Shaky start tonight in Seattle, but Garrett Crochet on the mound tomorrow for a series win here in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, you needed him to pitch a shutout to tie because the offense really got nothing going.
Yeah.
You know, Wu was absolutely fantastic, but moving forward for the Red Sox, yeah, it's all Buehler. You know, you're hoping, like Giolito, he would put back-to-back starts together. Be like, okay, now he's going. But tonight he just didn't have it. Like the first 2 innings, he had no idea where the ball was going. Fastball, slider, and because of that, he walks 3, he hangs a changeup, and it's 5-0 in the second. So you got to get back to the drawing board. You know, 4 or 5 days from now, get back on the mound out in Anaheim and try to figure it out.
The truth of the matter is, Lou, I mean, there's still now only 1 game